hot air balloon, I could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy.
Yes, I'm happy, and we're live from HKD. Yes, the Hong Kong dollars are all over the place, and everyone's up and down. And you're with your lunatic Lego lover, Timmy T, aka HK Bricks, aka the man at large, all over the place. And we are going to talk Lego, 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 and more Lego. And we have a small group today with me and Darren. And if anyone else is out there who's watching, get yourself in here, you lazy sods.
Evening, everybody.
Yes. So, I've been away for a week. I was on a teaching conference, and I've needless to say, been Legoless. Oh dear, how can that be? Well, it just does. Anyway, so what we will be doing tonight, I've had a brainstorm because I built this, which has come out of the hospital set, which everyone knows I got 2 of them, but I didn't actually put 2 together. So here's the bags, and that's what we'll be doing. We're going to smash 2 together, make a decent sized ambulance so that you can have at least 2 or 3 people in the back of an ambulance instead of just one patient and a attendant paramedic. And we're going to convert this puppy so that she is something is more respectable. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're going to play with, and bring you the wonderful world of Lego. And what's going on, what's going down, etc. And we'll kick the football across to my mate Darren in Victoria and see what's happening. Des, what's going on? What's happening, buddy?
Well, today we headed up to Bendigo from Phillip Island, which is about a 3.5-hour drive. And we went to Bendigo area Lego Designers, which is bold. Most of them have lots of hair, though.
You don't have to be bored, but
you don't have to be bored.
Who cares?
And James, who was normally with us on most nights, was there today. And unfortunately, James is in a little bit of a bit of drama with an internet connection, so he can't join us tonight, sadly. But that aside, so for us, about 7 hours of driving today to go to a 4-hour Lego meeting. But hey, we love it, so that's why we go. It's a club we love going to, but I spent the entire meeting basically pulling apart 2x4 bricks that were in Bendy the Dragon. I've pulled apart about probably 30 kilos of Lego bricks today.
Far out.
Yeah, big job. But, interesting. Once you get into it, though, you sort of get a rhythm going, and you sort of flog into it pretty well. So I pulled apart several thousand bricks easily. But, we got into it and we finally got the job finished. So it's taken us a few meetings to get it pulled apart. But, good trip and good people. Yeah, it's a very good community here in Australia, and, we enjoy being part of it. As usual, when you're doing a job like that, you're chatting about what else you got planned for shows and things like that. So, I think we're going to see some pretty interesting stuff next year.
Yeah.
So, we're just having a chat about what sort of people are planning. And unfortunately, we're talking about group projects, and there is actually a major shortage on yellow 2x4s at the moment, apparently. Oh. Very, very hard to, I mean, we're talking like bulk crates worth, 10,000 plus bricks. Can't get them. I can't say what the project was that was going to use them. I'm not allowed to disclose it, but we just can't do it. Can't get them. So that just put that project off the map for the moment. But hopefully get it done in a couple of years when they do another major production run. It's just got to do with the fact that the factories are so damn busy worldwide at the moment that they just can't do special orders like that. You know, if someone wants 100,000 2x4s in a colour that's not being regularly produced, you're just not going to be able to get it done. So, yeah, it happens. Anyway,
it does.
If we could get James May's Lego house pulled apart, we might have a hope. Apparently, that's still tied up in litigation over what's going on with it. So that's sad.
Really, they're still bloody having toing and froing.
Don't know. Haven't heard any. Anyone in the chat's actually heard any more about what's going on with James May's Lego house? Let us know, because apparently from all I can gather,
English listeners might have a bit of an inkling what's going down, what's happening.
Yeah. So, now Douglas has commented that you've been watching Iceberg's intros.
I have to admit, yes, I put my hand up. Yes, I've been corrupted by ICB. Good old boy that is Iceberg. Mel has influenced me somewhat. Yes, okay, I own up that right from the start. Thank you, Douglas. Yes, I certainly do. Oh, and the other one that I also got influenced by was good old Bricksmith. He likes to put a tune or two before he starts his live stream. So good old Pink Bucket Nation, shout out to you. Good, keep building, mate. You're awesome. So yeah, so no, there's a few. It's good, this community, whether we're in whether it's Oz, NZ, good old USA, or over here in HK. No, we love other brick fanatics who have YouTube people, and it's great to see the friendship extend worldwide. So Douglas, you caught me. All good, but yeah, it's quite enjoyable. So just looking, I'm trying to get the chat up myself so I can see what's happening. And here we go. Let's see if we can get that up so I can see what's happening. And oh, here we are. Is this? No, it's not. I'll have to go to the other telephone device.
I just tried to put the link up and it wouldn't let me, but ABC's managed to get the first bit up. So if the boys are watching, if they put the bit Aussie Brick Cheek just put up along with the bit that I did, but minus
okay,
end, it should work.
Oh, okay.
They can join us. So yeah, hopefully between the two of us, it work. Thanks, ABC. Appreciate it.
Thank you, ABC. Much loved, and thank you for doing that for us.
Yeah. Obviously, the secret is to put the 3 dots on the end. No,
apparently so.
Apparently so. But anyway, any of you that are watching, of course, do the usual like, subscribe, hit the button, and make sure we all get lots of nice thumbs up. Yeah,
lots of feedback and lots of community knowledge, because that all helps us guys with channels, and it also helps us know what you guys want to see more of. If you want to see more live building or building conversions like this, what I'm about to partake in, please let us know, because we like to have feedback and like to know what things you like and what things we don't like.
Yeah.
But yeah, all good. So it's good to see the community build and grow, and yeah, as I say, there's a few guys in the US which I do try to say hi-de-ho to on occasions. Good old Bricksmith is one. Hooser just sent a note to me too. Thank you, Hooser. Good on you, Hooser Bricks. You're a good man. And good old shout out to ICB again, and Iceberg. And yeah, we love the community, and it's quite a good thing that also on this teachers conference that we went on, had another teacher, but not usually one that I've met before, and came out of the closet, who's a New Zealand brick fanatic, and also a Maori and he's doing a marae, which is a Maori special club meeting house made out of Lego. So
Yep.
it's going to be
Cool.
interesting. We're going to keep in contact after our conference had wrapped up, and he's going to see if he can try to make the time available, bro, to say hi, how you going? What's going on, cuz? We love Lupo, eh? So my cousin, bro, from NZ, Frank, you know who you are. Shout out to you, and it was great to see you on the conference. And who would have thought that one of the exercises doing last week was a Lego building thing to use Lego as an educational tool. So, my mate, I tell you, it's what you call sick, bro.
Yeah. I haven't seen a lot of the stuff from New Zealand because honestly they really don't have a lot of shows over. It's getting there.
Yeah, that's what he said.
It's
He
getting there.
He really wishes that NZ got their act together and make more shows.
Yeah, but there's a pretty hardcore truck building scene in New Zealand that build heavy transport and stuff like that. They're a pretty cool bunch of guys. So deal with them occasionally. But one thing I want to see the Kiwis have a crack at is the characters from the Beach Daz series.
Oh yeah, that would just be so good, eh?
Yeah, it'd be so good. So yeah, if anyone from New Zealand's watching, there's the tip. That's what I want to see from the
Kiwi audience. Get on it and get yourselves going, eh?
Yeah, because it's yours. Like if we build it, it just wouldn't be the same as you guys doing it. You know what I mean? It'd be like you guys trying to do Mr. Squiggle. It just don't work.
No,
that's out. So you guys do Beach Daz series. I want to see someone do a Beach Daz mock simply.
Yeah, same.
It doesn't have to be huge, just enough to get good shaping. Be pretty cool. Bad joke. The earthquakes keep making their mocks fall apart. Good one, Diggs. Good one, mate.
Douglas, too soon. I could say the same about my poor friends in Osaka that have suffered last week with all the moving and shaping going on there, and actually shout outs to the Osaka clan. Thank you to my Japanese viewers, and I've actually found on when I was looking at analytics that I do get views from Japan. So arigato gozaimasu, genki desu.
Yeah, it's amazing when you're an admin and that you can look into things and you see where stuff comes from. It's incredible insight sometimes.
Yes, it's surprising and amazing.
I don't run a YouTube channel, by the way. If anyone's trying to go and look for what I do, I'm just talking about.
If you're trying to look for his channel, it doesn't exist. He's just a great friend who likes to come on here, both support me and ABC and.
I have to have a channel to join you guys, but that's the only reason I have one. But I admin a lot of Facebook groups, and it's interesting when you look into the statistics where stuff comes from. It's just it's incredible, and as a result, you get to learn stuff from all over the world, and it's incredible. So it's great. It's great. It's amazing how much I've learned about Mongolia in about the last 18 months. One of the groups I run, one of the groups I'm an admin on is Nissan X Trail Club because I'm in a couple of Nissan X Trails and I really love them. And I joined this group about 3.5 years ago, and then got invited to be an admin because I was always on there. And and then since I've been on the group's over doubled in size, so it's just pretty good. It's sort of been fairly stagnant for a while. I actually do have an 8mm camera, Douglas. Yes, I do, but it doesn't work, unfortunately. He said, I bet Darren has an 8mm camera. Yes, I do. I actually have a Super 8. But it's, I can't get it working. And you can't get film, as far as I know, from anymore anyway. But yeah, it's a cool piece to sit on the shelf. So I've managed to, like in this particular group, we've got 16,000 members now, and nearly 1,400 of them come from Mongolia. It's crazy. The group's just become really popular in Mongolia. So I've met some incredible people, and
Yeah.
they're lovely people. They really are. They just they're just, you don't expect it from. It's not that you don't expect it. It's just we don't get exposed to those people very much. And when you do, you just realise that they're soul of the earth. They're really awesome people. They're just it's crazy. I mean, I've got out of that 1,400 odd, nearly 1,000 of them come from the one city. So
oh wow, one city alone.
Yeah, one city alone. And there's no Nissan dealer in Mongolia.
No, there's not.
No. So one of the own. This is just reason we're talking about this. We're talking about how communities work to help each other, basically.
That's how we link it to Lego.
Yeah, this is pretty much the gist of it. One guy is actually rather, let's just say, rather wealthy, and he fell in love with his X-Trail, and he said, "Well, I can't get it serviced, and there's a special consulting tool you've got to use that only Nissan provide from a workshop." So he went and bought all the stuff. Yeah, they're networking me, dude. Let's just say are. He went and bought all the stuff that you'd normally have in a Nissan workshop and put it in the back of a truck. And it's a mobile workshop. And once a month, they have a big meeting where they have a service day.
Wow.
And all the people that have got the skills help everyone else service their vehicles. And like all they pay for is the parts they use, pretty much. And he's got like all the stock on hand. He's outlaid probably $500,000 US on all this stuff easily, and with the spare parts and everything. But he doesn't make anything off of it. He's not. That wasn't why he did it. He just wanted people who had the same love for the vehicle as he had to be able to have access to the tools to keep them going really well.
Wow.
And so he makes nothing on the spare parts, and he sells them the oil. As a matter of fact, every month they give away so much free oil and so much free parts. And I chatted to him one night, and I said, "So all the stuff you're giving away, who's paying for it?" And he's gone, "Oh, look," he said, we add a small percentage onto what we charge for everybody for their parts. Yeah. He goes over what it costs. But we always make sure every month we give that away to someone who we know is really struggling to keep their vehicle maintained or is having a really bad financial situation, etc." Wow. That's really cool that everyone else in the group knows they're paying maybe 2% on. I mean, because we're talking a lot of people turn up these days. They're talking 3,000 people sometimes,
Yeah.
So you can imagine 2% on everyone. And that's just helping out a small group of maybe 3 to 4% of them every month to keep them going. And no one abuses it. It's only when they're having a real hard time with things that sort of help people out. But that's cool. It's the same with our community, I think. We see a lot of people who, we get the odd flipper in the groups that, they're always trying to make a buck out of it. But then we also get the really nice, genuine people who sort of like, "Yeah, bro, I've got that part. No worries. Here it is. Just yours. I'm not worried about it. It's just a few cents worth, sort of thing." And then sometimes it can be even a lot more than that. You know, someone chuck you $30 for the parts. It'll come back sooner or later. You'll help me out with something. And I've had that happen many a time. And I put the call, and it's not just even that so much. It's a matter of like coming to shows, and like I needed 200 clear cheese slopes one time for us to finish a mock. Couldn't get them. They got held up in customs. And I put the call out, and sure enough, on the day, I had about 400 turn up. So it was just like, I got it for about 20 different people, but, but it happened, and that was cool, and I've given them all back to them. I gave them new ones back. I didn't care if I got new or secondhand when they came in. When they finally turned up, I just gave them back to everyone as brand new ones. It was, I wasn't going to who gave me new and who gave me secondhand. It was just like, there you go. There's all new ones to replace them. I don't care.
Nice.
It's a matter of appreciated that you helped me out and let me display, and and it's also too when we're setting up for shows too. Quite often, everyone will just jump in and go, "Okay, the train boys are having a hard time. They've got a lot of stuff to move in. If a whole heap of people just spend 10 minutes each, they're in a quarter of the time. And that gives them more time to set it up properly than if people just help plug in their gear." It can help them out a lot. And it's the same with anybody, really, because quite often someone will bring something to display and it's too big for one person to carry. So, 4 or 5 people carry it. It's easy. It's done. It's just, it's just being good to each other, Simple.
Totally.
And it's a great community on that respect. I've sure, like any group, there's people that butt heads and personalities clash, etc. But it doesn't happen all that often.
Yeah.
And on the whole, pretty damn good community. And it's I love it with the kids when you get the kids and you sort of like today, for example, one of the young lads. This is a good example. Actually, one of the young lads, he's sort of like he was looking at what I was doing, pulling bricks apart, and I've gone, can you grab me that tub over there and like bring it over here so I can scrape all these bricks on the table? Next minute, he's taking that job over. It's his job to clear up everything I was pulling apart. Cool. That was really good. He wanted to help, and he made his own mind up. That was what he was going to do. And then because, I've got a bit of a issue health-wise, and me bending down under the table to pick up the bits I've dropped is a bit of an issue. And I've gone, I said, you're young and sprightly. You want to jump on the table and pick up all those drop bricks when we finish? And like, no, it wasn't later. It was sort of like every 5 minutes climbing to the table and grabbing the few that were there, sort of.
Wow.
But at the same time, too, I was sort of making it so that telling him why, when you cooperate, how you make things work better. And he walked up to his dad, and he's gone a bit later, he's gone, I know more now how cooperation works.
Wow, that's good. That's good.
Because I sort of said to him, when you're trying to work as a team and teamwork, you've got to sort of not push anyone aside or anything like that, but whoever's the best at the task, give them the main part of that task so you get it done quickly if you can. It's sort of, and it's like if there's a time frame on it. And he walked away with a bit of an insight into things, so it was good. But we have some great kids in our groups, and I like it. They're curious. Some of them build some insane stuff.
Just a bit of rain coming in.
Oh, okay. We've had some...
rain, and I got a visiting gecko, so it's all happening in HK this evening. I got a gecko on the wall looking at me going, what are you doing talking to people on the internet?
Yeah.
And then the rain.
So how big are the geckos there?
And then the dog said, I don't like the rain. I'm coming to Dad.
So how big are the geckos there, mate?
Yeah, so we've been having a bit of monsoonal weather over here, and even in San Jen itself was teeming last week, and one of the we had to go to one of the talks, and basically if I hadn't have bought my gumboots, I think we would have sunk. So I had gumboots, and I saw someone, I don't know, they must have been locals because they brought waiters, so they know what happens in that area.
Where there's a Douglas being sighted, eh, mate?
Douglas comes in.
Yep, how's it going?
Howdy ho, mate. Good you doing, mate? How are you?
Yeah, pretty good. And yourselves?
Yeah, not bad,
mate. Not bad.
Can't complain. No one listens.
Oh, well, they give you 50 cents.
Yeah, go ring someone and gives. Good
that you could join in, mate. What's doing with Lego, mate? What's happening?
Oh, nothing much. Nothing much. Just working. Bloody finished work today, which is good.
Yeah, good.
Oh, I've changed stores there. I'm at the Dandenong store now near the market.
Yeah.
And, oh, geez, Sundays, absolutely.
Yeah.
Hectic. It's just flat out.
Flat out like a lizard drinking, mate.
Which one?
Flat out like a lizard drinking, mate. That's always an interesting way to be.
Yeah, pretty much. Yep.
So
I should have made a phone stand first, shouldn't I?
Yeah. Well, we just take the walls of this and gonna put two of these bloody ambos together and see what we come up with, eh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got you another stretcher to go in that actually.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, I'll put it together a package for you a bit later. I've got to go through some more stuff and find it for you, but yeah.
Oh, okie doke.
But that's another thing.
Works. Sorry, mate.
That's another thing though too. You know, I have a little bit of a thing where I'll stick together little care packages for people for little odds and sods that I pick up either secondhand or even new that I know I won't use in a hurry, and I know they want or need. And yeah, just stick it in the post, and occasionally something comes back that's really interesting. It's not expected. It's not expected. It's a pay it forward thing, but Yeah, it's just one of those things. Yeah,
It is. It is.
quite like today. I
Nice.
dropped into the meeting today, and I haven't got that bag here, I don't think. But yeah, I picked up a couple of really nice parts from James. I said, "What do you want?" And he goes, one day.
James enabled you, did he?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there was a pile of helicopter blades for a start.
More helicopter blades. Oh, we can't do. We can't get enough.
Yeah, some of them are coming your way anyway.
Oh.
But yeah, I'll share them.
I'll be making halos until I stop making Lego. Awesome.
Yeah. But James has been fed up with them because he bought a lot of bulk, and I think he's found about 100 in there so far. So
I could understand his frustration if he was hoping to get some other parts. And yeah.
It's not that. It's one of those parts. It's sort of a love to hate thing, like. But yeah, I'm just going to mute myself for a minute.
It's like the perpetual Lego joke. How many helicopters does Lego need to make?
Yeah, exactly.
You can never make enough.
Okay. Never enough?
Never enough.
Douglas. Good on you, mate.
I can honestly say the only ones I've liked recently is this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were actually discussing this at
Yeah, that one. That was a good helicopter.
Yes, agree. That is a well done helicopter. That I do think that is awesome. That heavy.
I know we discussed this before, but Darren from Mugs, we were chatting at Brickvention this year.
Darren number 2.
Yeah, and he's really into steampunk and stuff like that. But he's an off the hook builder too, man. He's really cool.
Yeah.
And we were chatting about helicopters because the usual thing, how many helicopters do you have, And his concept was, and we don't mind sharing ideas. If someone else can actually pull this off and do it, good on them. But some idea we were just sort of throwing around was, wouldn't it be really cool if someone took one of every, or even multiples of every single helicopter Lego's ever made, and made like a boneyard like they have in Arizona with all the aircraft in it?
Oh,
they have them in all sorts of states of disrepair and pulled apart. And, you might have like 20 of the one thing in various states, from a full one to ones that would strip down to next to nothing. It'd be pretty cool. I reckon it'd be an awesome project.
That would be a pretty damn good project.
You got a heap of these as well, Darren? You got a heap of these as well, Darren?
I have one of those, but I don't have the wing, which is sad. When I bought it, the postage for the wing was going to be shocking. So I said to the guy, look, just send me the fuselage. That's what I really wanted. I didn't even get the nose. I only wanted the center section. So I sort of bought half the set, but I paid him what he wanted for it. I didn't care. He was wanting too little for it, really. Then about a few days later, I saw that awesome building that the guy made using the aircraft wing as the roof. And I'm thinking, damn, I should have paid for the postage.
Oh, no. I hate that when that happens.
Because it was just one of those things that sort of, it was an inspiration to go, now I know where I could actually probably get away with using that in Micropolis. It wasn't to build at minifig scale, like this other guy had done. I just thought, maybe I could screw that into a Micropolis build somewhere now that I've thought about it. So it's one of those things where you see someone else use a part in a way and then it just inspires you to use it in a different way. I'm not into so much ripping people's ideas off. I love inspiring people. But at the same time, I get inspired by seeing how other people use parts and then go, I can do something now that I've seen someone use it in a different way. I've now thought of a different way to use it. So that's what it's all about too. Like just sitting here tonight, I'm sorting a few parts while we're going. I bought some bits in Partsies. For those of you that don't know what Partsies are, Partsies is something we do at some lugs where someone will buy a set, take out what they want, and then throw the remainder into a tub and everyone fights over it at a set price point per part. It can get messy. Limbs can go missing. Seriously, not kidding you. This is serious. It can get hardcore. And sometimes there's a lot of small parts left over and people think they're not worth the price point. I usually wait till that point and offer a set price, like just an open offer on the lot. They either take it or they don't. If they don't, they don't. But we usually come to a negotiated price, and I consider most of the times I do fairly good. I won't say I do awesome, but I usually wind up. It's the way I've bulked out a lot of my smaller parts anyway, because it's usually the small parts that are left over. And I picked up a heap of parts of the new Pirate Coaster this last week. Someone parted up 2 Pirate Coasters, which was a pretty cool score. Thanks, Travis, from Mugs. Good mate. Appreciate it. I'm sorting it out.
Well, thank you for parting out a bloody good set.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, and that's the thing. Not everyone parts out like crap. Trav usually parts out some pretty good sets that are, you know, very desirable. And he, you know, of course, he takes what he really wants out of it, but he leaves behind a lot of good stuff too, which is very cool of him. And yeah, I've done it a few times as well. It's good fun. But yeah, so you pick up a few parts that way. That's pretty cool. And so I'm just sorting parts of it. But just sitting here, just generally sticking things together, because one of my things I do when I sort of put parts away, I quite often, like plates and that, I'll stack them together. Like this is an example. I stagger my plates and put them together like that.
Oh, nice.
Now, sometimes that can actually, when you're working in micropolis scale, not be far off of actually your building. So you'll just expand a little bit, and that'll give you an idea, you know. Sometimes that can just be an inspiration to do something else with it. So that's just a way sometimes my inspiration comes around, is just by generally sitting around with a pile of parts and just randomly throwing them together, and then, yeah, okay, well, this might work if I do it slightly different, or yeah. So inspiration is where you get it from. You know, look around your environment, have a look at things and see how real things in the real world go together, and occasionally you'll be inspired to do something different. That's my tip there.
Yeah.
Well, how do you get inspired, Tim? What sort of inspires you to build things?
Good question, Darren. I get inspired. Initially, in my Lego life was my previous career back in Australia as a firefighter. I think that's how a lot of my buildings and my fire station sort of came from that, and a lot of the custom fire trucks, like this, which is a Cat 3 National Parks fire truck. That's where that came from, because I actually drove one. I used to drive it. I know the truck intimately. I know the design of it. It's basically a cab over. It's a cab over Isuzu, which and the back, the actual tool pack at the back, and the actual ladder on the back, I know very, very well. And it's something which I've drawn inspiration from. Other things like my custom hospital is due to illness, being sick in hospital. I've seen that many insides of hospitals being sick over the last 3.5 years. I sort of thought, well, when I'm going to build a city, or rather rebuild my city, instead of having you know, a hospital set which is sort of a bog standard, I might as well do a custom and make my Australiana hospital and make it unique. So that's where a lot of it comes from.
Yeah, actually, speaking of fire vehicles, we were up at Falls Creek last year, and the CFA actually has, which is the Country Fire Authority in Victoria, for those of you that don't know, actually have a snowcat track type vehicle up there.
Yeah.
And it's insane. I just like, unreal. And I got a few photos.
Pretty damn cool.
Yeah, I've got a few photos of it, so I'll forward it to you, because I think it'll make a pretty cool mock.
I like to do that.
It'd go just about anywhere, man. It's just like insane. But I was talking to one of the guys, and I said, like, this thing's off the hook. He says it will go anywhere, but we never push it, because we need to know that time that we do actually need it to go anywhere, we've got to make sure it can do it. And I thought that's a pretty cool attitude to have, something like, just because you got something that'll go anywhere. And I mean, they need to know what it can do, fair enough. But they sort of done training courses, know what it is capable of, he says, but they don't push it, because they need to know that day when they really do need it, it needs to be serviced and able to do it. So that's really cool, because that's showing respect for your equipment as well. And so those boys deserve all the money they can get to make sure they've got top-notch equipment all the time, which they don't get. But one day we'll wake up and give those volunteer organisations the real support they need, I suppose. But,
totally. Yeah, so no, it's good, and no, that will make a great mock. So I look forward to getting the photos forwarded.
and when I get up there, we're going to go up again probably near the end of the snow season again this year, because as you'd realise, in the middle of the snow season, it's crazy. When I get up there next time, I'm hoping to actually be able to spend a few more hours up there and actually get some pics of the inside and all the toolboxes and all that sort of stuff. So you've got all that detail stuff that I couldn't get.
Yeah.
There was no one there who could actually open it up for me on the day. So great to be able to get all those interior shots and things like that that just make it easy to get the detail. But yeah, cool thing. And yeah, so just look at what's in your environment around you. And I actually think this is another one maybe the Kiwi guys could have a crack at too, because you've got some pretty awesome snowfields over your way. I reckon a ski village would be a pretty cool thing to be done really well on a decent scale. And again, with something like that, never push aside the idea of trying to gain some sponsorship on an idea like that. If you've got builders who can build to the level required, approach someone like a ski village and say, "Hey, dude, we can make you like this big, and you can use it for promotion." And maybe they'll come up with the money for you to buy your bricks to do it. So never ever put those ideas aside, because that's how a lot of people get some very big mocks made, is because they get a bit of sponsorship dollar out of it, and help get it. So we just don't ever hear about it so much, but it does happen. So don't ever put a dream mock aside because you think you'll never be able to afford to build it. If you're building something that's of a commercial venture, sometimes they'll do it. There's a lot of guys that build yachts, for example. I know there's one guy on the net who builds these off-the-chain yachts, and he actually sells the models to the yacht builders.
Wow.
He builds them so damn well. There's such good interpretations, and quite often the owners of the yachts go, they see the Lego model in the office, I want one of them, and so he makes a bit more money by building another one. So that funds his next projects. And just speaking of modeling stuff, this is something that I've now that Disney's got so much hookup with Star Wars, etc. in the movies. We see quite often that I think that models don't quite. What do we got there, dudes? Okay, Deadpool.
Oh, Deadpool. Hello, comics.
Yeah,
that's comics as well.
That's the very, very first Deadpool.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yep.
Now, we quite often see that, like a mock of, not a mock, but a production model of, say, a Star Wars set comes out from the movie, and they try really damn hard to get the modeling right, to get the shaping right, etc. Now that Disney is working hand in hand with Lego, wouldn't it be a much cooler procedure to say, hey, let's build our new vehicles in Lego first and then reshape them from that to get the final model for the movie? Because then you're going to have a very accurate model in Lego that's going to look a lot more like the movie one than trying to make something that someone's made in another form.
Yeah.
Sort of make it work. I reckon it'd be a pretty cool process. So if someone else from Lego and Disney's watching, that's the way to do it, guys. Make all the spaceships and stuff in Lego, and then take it to the movie makers to make it work. Because I reckon that would be absolutely off the chain if they did that.
Agree. Totally.
And it just makes sense to do it that way, I think. It's just me. Hey, if anyone at Lego wants to employ me as a designer, I'm up for it any time.
I think they still have a certain process they go through. I think you've got to be a gluer first, and then you've got to be I think it's a certified gluer, and then some other thing, and then you got to learn how to. Apparently, they want you to craggle first, but I would have thought that would have been sacrilege. But anyway.
In that case, I'm not interested. my house is a craggle-free zone, mate. Craggle-free zone. But again, I have a philosophy when it comes to gluing things. If the model will stand up on its own 2 feet, but you have to glue it for exhibition, if you have to, maybe. That's all right. But if the model won't stand within the system without glue, sorry, it's not a Lego model anymore. And it should be exhibited. That's just my call. Hey, I'm hardcore. I'm traditional. I don't like seeing parts modified or cut up. And I know the Lego designers do it, and that's different. We're talking about this today. That's different because the parts they modify actually could make it into production one day. So having a base seed part to work from that they cut up and modify, whatever, that's different. They're in the game. They're not building something for the public to see that, you know, that the public is seeing hacked around parts. The parts those guys use will never be shown in public that they've hacked around. It will actually become a finished production piece. So it's a big difference there.
Well, that's right. It's a whole different kettle of fish when you've got
something like kettle of fish. So yeah, we were discussing this today, where there's some people in the hobby who have no problems with cutting up base plates as a very common example. And I'm just like, nah, sorry. I want to be able to use my parts. Hey?
You want to see my table? Because my table isn't a full base plate's proper width. I did cut down to 48s just to fill the gaps.
Yeah, that's a bit different. You're not displaying on it; it's just something you're building on. But like we've also cut down a few base plates for kids to put in the lids of lunchboxes, for example. But that was just basically just taking a little bit off the corner so they'd fit in the lunchbox. It's a pretty cool process though. We actually got some base plates, glued them in the lids of lunch boxes, and then just put together a basic parts kit. And the kids take them to school and play with them at school. Pretty cool.
Yeah, that's neat.
And that actually the inspiration for that actually came from a couple of guys who actually have similar boxes at our lug that they basically use on the tram on the way to work. They build Lego on the way to work. Look at that. That's pretty cool.
Hey, Tommy dog's going off. Billy! What? He's protecting your household. He doesn't like some people which look untoward.
Well, that's what a good guard dog's meant to do, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah. So, man, I'm finding some cool parts in here. This is cool. That was a good score. Good hole.
Good to hear.
And it's not really specialist parts. It's just good quantity.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Bits of plate and stuff like that, but you know, in colours that are sort of, especially yellow, which is, I use a lot of yellow, and
yeah,
but I actually do use a fair bit of yellow. So it's always been one of my favourite Lego colours, actually, the yellow.
Yeah.
Some people hate it, but I think it's the trad. And I think that might come down to the fact that my first major set I got was the one with the yellow brick motor in it.
Oh, yeah.
It was nearly all yellow and black block. So it was sort of like, yeah, that's where I think that love of the yellow brick comes from.
I see.
And of course,
that's where it stems from, eh?
And also a lot of the early Technic sets, like the Bulldozer and things like that were nearly all yellow.
Yeah.
That was my second ever Technic set. Sorry, no, that was my first one, should I say. It was the Bulldozer with the bucket on the front. My second one was the buggy, or the chassis, the car chassis.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they were pretty cool in the day. I mean, they were good sets. I mean, I bought a lot of that particular car chassis because it was the only way you could get hold of the tyres. They weren't selling them through Lego Spares here in Australia at the time.
Yeah.
The only way I could get the tyres was to buy the whole kit. And I wanted enough tyres to build a semi-trailer.
Yeah. Come here. Come here. Sorry, chastising a dog.
Yeah, so I wanted enough tyres to build a full-on prime mover and a trailer.
Yeah.
So that required quite a few kits.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But, yeah, loved it. And I'm not so much into Technic these days. I mean, don't get me wrong, I got nothing against Technic. Please, I'd love to have the room to display a pile of Technic models I designed myself. But I just do not have the display room. I mean, being a photographer and an artist, and the art also comes across from myself and my partner in Lego as well.
Yeah.
We just don't have wall space or shelf space. As it is, I have so much stuff framed picture-wise. We just keep rotating the walls because we don't have enough space to put it all up in one go. So every couple of months, I just take it all down and put a new lot up.
Oh, wow.
It's just sort of like, I only wish I had enough wall space to put it all up. I'd love to have a Lego room. Yeah, wouldn't we all?
Yeah,
But
understand.
the house block's only so big. There's only so many extensions you can do.
Well, that's it. Only so many extensions one can do, and unless you want to follow the HK life, and if you can't do a extend outwards, people go upwards.
Yeah, upwards. Yeah, no, we're limited.
And upwards.
Yeah, and upwards and upwards. Yeah. We could probably add another, probably 10 meter by 12 meter section on top. That's about it. And
yeah,
it would be rather expensive, so I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, you never know. Things might change. We'll actually finish paying for the house before we decide to extend it anymore.
yeah. Well, that's also a critical point too.
Yeah, we've just done a heap of renovations, so don't really want to embark on anymore for a while.
Yeah.
For anyone out there considering doing renovations, really think twice about it.
Yeah. Yeah, think twice about it and then think again.
Yeah, and also too, if you live in a place where there's beaches nearby where there's good surf, the first question you ask the builder is, "Are you a surfer?" If they are, you don't employ them. Because surf's up, they all down disappear.
Oh man!
Oh, seriously, mate. You drive along the road here and in the morning, and there'll be like 20 guys on a building site. You'll drive past 20 minutes later after someone's been to smoke and the phone call goes out. Surf's pumping, dude, and every building site in the district is just cleared. They're all out surfing.
Very quickly, everyone's out on their boards and off they go.
Yeah.
Wow.
If they can, manage their life-work balance like that to sort of, work around the surf, good on them. Yeah, the job does eventually get done. It just doesn't get done on your time frame. We lost.
Yeah, we're right.
Back again. Yeah. We got Craig and Ricker in the house. Evening, mate. Cheers. Good to see you again.
Craig and Ricker. Hi ho.
Yeah, just while you're there, Craig. Where are you from, mate? What part of the world? You have to say the town.
No.
Yeah.
He's on Untitled Chapter for a week, and I told him before I left, I said, you got to guard the house and make sure no criminals get in, and if they do, you bite their bloody balls off. So he's going to take up the whole guts. I live too much, unfortunately, but anyway.
That's all right. Happens.
Hey, boy.
As I was saying, Craig, right, you're from the USA. Cool, dude. Cheers. So we've got a USA fan in the house. Good to see. Craig, and what we've got you in the house, dude. The critical question is, do you call it Lego or do you add that dreaded S?
Yeah. That horrible S. Please say no.
Yeah, please say no. No, we want to no. It's just a bit of a thing here.
It's not a spaghetti sauce. Never has been. The spaghetti sauce was not it.
Just get to somewhere else to take the conversation.
Oh, absolutely, mate. Yeah.
Hey, Tim, did you ever build this?
Oh, wow.
Tim, did you ever build this?
What the hell is that?
It's the Taj Mahal top.
It's pretty cool.
It's the top of the Taj Mahal.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Now I know what you're looking at.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Very solid.
Right.
It's quite ingenious, actually.
I've never actually seen anyone put one together yet, so it'd be interesting to see how it actually goes together. I should just get on have a look at the plan sometime. But,
yeah, because I've got it, but I haven't built it either. I only bought it for parts. I like the amount of white parts in it.
Basically, all these little bits here just break off like so, and they go back on. To pick this bit up, it's a bit of a pain. You've got to you got to use two hands, one on either side, or else it falls apart.
Yeah.
And then you've got a plate here, a plate here, a plate here, there, and there. And if you look underneath it, it's all hollow.
Oh.
And that's why when people pick it up, it falls to pieces. You've really got to actually break it down into all its components to move it. You can't move it as one piece.
Now, Cragen's just come back going, I am forever politely correcting others on the pluralization of Lego. Good on you, mate. The other thing is that's a big thing here in Australia too is the pronunciation of actual Lego. If you get on any of the internet pronunciation sites and you see how the Danish correct Lego, it is not Lego, it is Lego. That one causes some debate.
Look, what's this? What's this? Yeah.
So that's
so they've
one.
got the pronunciation sites for what? Lego bits or what, Darren?
No. If you get on the internet and there's just say you put in a word and go you want pronunciation of it. People from that part of the world will go online and pronounce the words correctly for you, so you get the correct pronunciation in the local sort of.
Oh, okay.
And so if you put in Lego and then ask for the Danish pronunciation, you'll get probably 9 or 10 people who actually will say it on this particular page, and nearly all of them say Lego, not Lego.
Really?
Yeah.
Far out.
And it's interesting, before I'd ever heard it called Lego, I actually used to say Lego. And that probably comes a bit from the fact that I've got a bit of Danish in me, and there's also a bit of French, so the Lego. Yeah. But no, I called it Lego for years, and everyone used to get up me for it. And then when I actually found out it was correct, yeah, well,
really,
yeah. So
it reminded me of a bad joke.
Okay, yeah.
What do you call a French prostitute AFOL?
Oh, I don't know.
A loho.
Oh, what? What? Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, man!
There's actually a store in Adelaide called Lego, and because a lot of the South Australians do actually pronounce it Lego, so that's where that shop name came from.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, it's interesting. In South Australia, because I came from South Australia when I first started in Lego. Yes. And of course, over there, most people did actually pronounce it Lego. So then when I moved to Western Australia, boy, I cop drama for calling it Lego.
Oh.
What do you, what? Weird, like, okay.
Shocking,
yeah. Well, anyway, I didn't care. Man, there's some cool parts in this. Anyone that's thinking of buying the Pirate roller coaster, seriously, grab it. There's some good bulk out parts in this. And the price it's at the moment, at $75 at Big W in Australia, it's pretty damn good value.
yeah, that is good bloody value.
As testified to the fact that the missus put 4 on lay-by on Thursday.
Oh, Darren, okay.
Big roller coaster project coming up in a couple of years, I think.
Oh man, you're in for it. Wow.
Not this year. One thing we did determine if we were going to buy roller coasters wouldn't be this year, because this year is going to be the year of the roller coaster shows.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, speaking of roller coasters, this is sort of what I'm doing with my city with the Pirate roller coaster.
Yeah.
Because I got 4 of them, I was able to make a much bigger castle complex thing.
Okay.
It's going to go into this mountain here.
Yeah.
This is going to be the main up climb, and then it's going to come around the whole city. If you're going to utilize the ship,
that makes a nice look to your city, mate.
Yep.
And then the tracks are going to run down through the guts there, past Ninjago docks, and in between Destiny's Bound and the docks. And I think that'll work pretty well.
Sounds like a plan, man.
The only thing I was wishing, I am
Are you
planning on
intending
it.
to motorise yours or not?
I'm planning on building one big hill over the back side,
Yep.
and that's what I'm going to motorise to try and see if I can get it to go most of the way around. And I might have to put another motor just here, just to get it to go back over to that side, and then it'll be able to come to this side.
Oh, okay, all
And
right.
I
Yeah,
think
because
that should do the job then.
something we're looking at is probably using the boost to control it, and
Oh, yeah.
maybe making a few features actually controlled by the boost and timed by that. So, not sure exactly how we're going to do it, but yeah, the general concept is by using some sort of Lego's control systems to actually activate things through it. So it might go past something and some flags pop up or whatever, you know. It's just sort of,
Yeah, that'd be cool. And that's where it'll be interesting with power up, because that might be actually capable of stuff like that.
yeah,
as well.
and that's exactly it. It's sort of, you know, maybe set up some signal flags or something, whatever. It's not nothing hard and fast. What we've got, we were just throwing around some ideas in the way in the car. And that's the other thing too. We sort of drive to a meeting at Fold like we did today. It was like we spent over 7 hours in the car together, and you know, what do? You throw around ideas about what you're going to build. So, yeah, that is looking good, mate. Craig has just commented that's looking great, Douglas. And it is, mate. That's pretty cool, mate. I love seeing what other people are building. It's you know, come closer to big shows like Brickbench, and that people will dribble along a few things to meetings and show, and sort of, you know, you can't really give up what other people are building, but you can sort of give everyone a heads up now. And there's some pretty cool stuff coming this year. And I've seen a few things that people are already toying with for the show circuit for next year. And yes, there is some pretty amazing stuff going to be hitting the circuit next year in Australia.
Probably the only thing you can say to people is, yeah, there's no point building that. Someone's already doing it better than you.
yeah, that's about it, isn't it? It's sort of like, I know where you're coming from, because it's oh, look, this year, as I said, everyone's going to be trying to build roller coasters, but I know today we were talking about the roller coaster phenomenon in Australia, and a lot of the big shows have already said straight up they're going to be capping the number of roller coasters. They just want a couple of quality ones rather than dozens of also runs. And that's a fair call, because we see quite often that something just gets the living...
Absolutely wallop to the nth degree, and you get over it.
And then no one wants to see it ever again.
That's exactly the problem.
So keep it fresh, keep it real.
Not a Star Wars display.
We won't even go there. I look, seriously, I love when people do like Star Wars. I'm not a stupid Star Wars fan. I do like Star Wars. Like, you got to remember, at my age, I was a teenager when Star Wars came out, so it was a pretty big deal, you know, even then. And probably became more of a bigger deal, which people don't understand, maybe a couple of years later. It was one of those things that when the movie was first released, yes, it was a big deal, but it became a bigger deal here in Australia probably 4 or 5 years later when we sort of got video releases of things. And so we probably got a chance to watch it more often and sort of pick through the scenes and things like that. And my biggest thing when I see people displaying Star Wars is, yes, I love seeing your UCS sets. I love them. They're great. They're amazing. Please put them in a diorama. You know, yeah. I just don't want to see a $1,500, what is it, $1,300 Millennium Falcon just sitting there by itself. Put it in a hangar. Spend another $1,300 building a massive hangar to put around it and really make it impressive. You know, like, then you've really got me. You know? Like, you've got me by the shirt and short and curly, and I'm going, wow. You know? That's what I want to see.
Yeah, if you put the UCS Millennium Falcon in a Death Star hangar,
yeah,
that would be brilliant.
Oh, it'd be incredible, and that's what I want to sort of see. You know, it's just like, yeah. And I'm not having to crack at the people that display Star Wars. I'm just saying, just hey, let's take it to the next level, guys. You know, really, you're all very talented builders, most of you. I mean, we got people like James who are building their own UCS standard stuff. You know, that Lego haven't built. They're making it. You know, and quite honestly, it could be produced. It's that good. I mean, you know, James, hey man, I'm giving you a bit of a pat in the back, but seriously, dude, your UCS sort of.
His UCS is incredible, and he's a great builder.
The stuff he's designed himself, man, is pretty damn off the. You know,
yeah,
it's up there. You know, he is a very talented builder on it, and it's because he's such a hardcore fan of it. You know, he knows every last detail. He's poured over so many damn drawings and photos, and you know, and yeah, we've sort of chatted a few times on engineering issues and that, and he takes the time to sort it.
Is he one of those people who can put the movie on mute and do the complete voiceover?
I don't know. I've never asked him that.
I had a mate who used to be able to do that. The original 3 movies, you could put it on mute and he would voice over the whole lot.
Yeah, there was. I said there was a time I could do that with Smokey and the Bandit. Look, my brother and his mates watched it every afternoon after school for about 3 years, so it was always yammering on in the background somewhere. But yeah, lips and assholes. That's what hot dogs are made from. Lips and assholes. That's the best line out of the whole movie.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great movie. Don't get me wrong, but you know, once you've heard it for the 400th time, it's sad.
Yeah, it sort of gets a bit repetitive.
Yeah,
feel like a parent watching Wiggles or something every day.
Yeah, pretty much. Hot potato. You're going to listen to it so many times. But, yeah, man, just looking at what I got scored on these leftover bits and the parts, and there's some cool parts in this pirate coaster. I'm now looking forward to Mrs. bringing it home and her pilfering out the bits she wants and me getting the rest of it. Well, I shouldn't say me getting the rest of it. It's all shared, but you know what I mean? I'll just have a lot of parts to play with, but I'll be able to do something with it. Cool. As I said, you know, I'm sitting sticky parts. Use it that way. So, yeah. But yeah, I think the roller coaster thing, yes, we're going to see a couple of rippers over the next couple of years, and then it'll be interesting to see how people theme. I've already seen a Star Wars themed roller coaster. Not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all that one. Yeah.
Yeah. There's someone's already done a loop. Tim was saying earlier some of the guys in Hong Kong have done even multiple loops. I really want to see how they've done that. I've got a few. Sorry, guys. I normally do give away ideas from Mox. In this case, I do have some roller coaster ideas. I am not giving up.
He's keeping it close to his chest, guys. So you won't get it out of him.
You're not getting those particular ones out of me. But yeah, I do have some ideas, and I will be sharing with some people. But yeah, once we've built it and proved it works, we'll share it. Just a matter of proof of concept so far.
Yeah,
I've got to have a couple in front of me so I can prove the parts go together the way I think they might. Yeah. Unfortunately, the parts aren't in LDD or anything like that yet, so you can sort of mock it from that. So yeah. And again, that's something that's rather sad. Lego have stopped supporting LDD, Lego Digital Designer, and I think it's one of those things where maybe it's time to hand it over to the community and say, "Here, guys, we'll make the program open source, open the software up, the coding up, and let the fans have a crack at it." Because I've seen that happen in the past with some really good games like SimCity. Where the developer wasn't making any money out of it anymore, couldn't really afford to throw any more time at people coding it. The fans really demanded more from it, would have been prepared to even pay for an update on it, but eventually, because people had actually hacked it, in the end they just gave up and said, "There you go, community, do what you want with it." And they turned it into an amazing game with add-ons and additions that the community sort of developed. And it's still being done now, actually. Some of the early versions of the game have got some incredible versions that have been done.
Yeah.
That's what Bethesda does with all their games. That's why Morrowind and all that's still even going.
Yeah. And so there is, I know there's a lot of talented programmers out there who could actually take software like LDD and take it into another realm.
A whole nother dimension.
Yeah. And I think because I'm not happy with Studio, the Bricklink version. And I'm not saying it's not a good program, please, for anyone that uses Studio. My problem with it is, and like all of these programs, they won't support multi-monitor use, which is really sad.
Yeah.
I don't like the fact that you can't reorientate where the parts go. I do not like the fact that the parts go under the build area, because screens are traditionally, like these days, are wider than they are tall. And so when you're putting all the parts underneath, it limits the height you can build things in. And that was a very bad flaw in the software. And unfortunately, when that was going through beta, I tried to get on the beta trial to actually have some input, and I could never get it to work on my computer. I never wanted to work on a Mac easily. Kept crashing, so it's sad. I would have loved to have had a bit more input into that when it was going through beta. So anyone out there that's in the Studio project, please, guys, we need to be able to customize the way the monitor layouts are for ourselves, because I actually run 3 monitors here, and I'd love to be able to build on one and put parts on the other 2. It'd be great. So,
totally.
That'd be the way it should be able to be working. I mean, not everyone has 3 monitors, don't get me wrong. People have got more than that. But that's just, it'd be nice for those that have got that facility. It would be great. And because with Lego Digital Designer, while it wouldn't allow you to do multi-monitor support, you could actually, if you're using 2 monitors side by side, you could stretch it across 2 monitors and have all the tools laid up one and build on the other bit. It wasn't quite as good as having multi-monitor support, but it sort of worked. It was your own personal hack around it. But yeah, I'm a bit sad that Lego isn't backing Digital Designer anymore. Would really love to have access to the stuff the factory uses. That would be pretty cool to have access to their software, but I don't think
hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. So
no.
Who do I have to bribe at Lego to get access to that?
Thanks, Lego. Give us full access. Yeah, do that. Yeah, do that.
We'll do extra streams.
Then my stream will really kick off. Thanks, Lego. Just do that. Yeah.
But well, and again, another thing we're talking about today was how people design things, and I've gone like, I'll quite often go to LDD or other design programs, and I've handed my models that I've designed off to lots of people to build, or bits of models off to people to build. Yeah. I never actually build off the plans I designed, though. I just don't. For me, it's just a matter of proof of concept to make sure something will go together the way I think it does. Get the shaping right, and then quite often what I wind up with compared to what I designed will be close or different, but more to the point is just so I get a rough idea of the sort of parts I need to order, and a rough idea of how they're going to go together. So yeah, I have not actually built a single thing that I've designed as I designed it. So, yeah. But I still like fiddling with it. That's just, it's one of those things. So,
gotcha.
And a lot of people out there have built stuff that I've designed, but I don't build my own designs. Stupid, I suppose, in a way, but yeah, for me, it's just testing the way things go. And quite often, like on some of the fan sites, I'm in a few car sites and things like truck sites, etc. And someone will say, how do you think I should do this? And I'll just drop it in LDD, put it together in LDD, and then just take a snap screenshot of it and show you that's how I reckon I'd do it. And, cheers, dude. That's sort of giving them some inspiration. And they might not use the idea I gave them, but it gives them enough inspiration then to go on and have a crack at it a different way. I think we all hit that wall where we sort of not so much need to shove, but just a general nudge in a different direction to make us think of it differently, and then someone else will see a different use for a part, and next minute you're on a different tangent and use it in a totally different way. And that's what it's all about.
Oh, totally. That whole thing about if we can help community, and it's happened on my stream. It's happened on ABCs before, where if we can solve a problem for someone, so be it. What are you showing us, Douglas? This looks very nice. What do you got there, mate?
It's a lot of the Jurassic Park lab components all squeezed into one area.
All right.
Oh, and you got the roller coaster going behind it, have you?
Yeah, that's going to go through this cavity here.
Bloody hell, that's pretty good, mate.
And that's Luke's view of Ninjago. He's not happy. They're putting up a sky rail.
But as you're doing like Jurassic Park stuff there, mate, maybe you could have it as the roller coaster whiz by, the dinosaur like dino sticks his head out or something in front of the roller coaster and then pulls back in quickly, or
Yeah, I want to try and do something like that because I rigged up that Avengers set too.
Yeah, that was the sort of stuff we were sort of discussing today. Like how can we do this? Like, and yeah, that's just the sort of general stuff we're throwing around. Hey, there's actually some pearl gold 1x1 rounds in this.
Yeah.
I'm happy boy. I love my pearl gold cards. I have a whole box. I'll show you. We use the tactics boxes with the removable tubs for storage, and they're a fairly decent sized box. And I have a whole box which is just nothing more than a whole pile of these little boxes shoved inside it, with just pearl gold parts. So that's sometimes I sort by colour, sometimes I sort by part. In that particular case, it is a matter of that I have boxes of just the one colour, because when I'm looking for gold parts, I'm using lots of different ones. So I like to have all the gold parts by themselves so I can find them quickly. And use them.
That's one thing I am lucky about. I've just recently redesigned the garage, and that's basically my build sorting area.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
There's more under there.
Nice.
And that makes it good.
It makes things so much easier. It isn't funny.
Yeah.
And the other thing is too, as we build to display, and again, I'm just there's a couple of different odd parts of this, but we pay good money to buy new Lego, and because we're displaying it, most of the time we do want it to still look new, even though we've used it dozens and dozens of times. So we don't want to be sort of raking through piles of stuff and scratching it all up, which is why a storage system is pretty important. It also makes it easy to build that when you know where everything is, easy to lay your hands on it. On the flip side, though, we have a couple of guys who build deliberately with very dirty, old, disgusting old Lego, and it works because of the style of buildings they're making. So it doesn't, not all displays should contain absolutely pristine Lego. I think that's a point we have to make very clear to people. One of our builders from G-Lug, Mark, he builds these amazing Outback trucks, and they look like they've just come off of, a 1,000K run through the bull dust because the Lego's said and grotty and built it up. It just looks great. That's the whole appeal of it. So, Mark Young does some pretty amazing stuff like that, and that's his thing. And we had someone who commented at the show one day, Mark, he's bloody beat up old stuff. And I said, yeah, but that's the look he's going for. He deliberately built it like that. He's got new Lego. He could have built the same truck in brand new stuff.
Does that show up the discoloration and all?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you can see there's two very different colours there. Yeah. And that's another thing too. You get that, occasionally too. So, for anyone that is actually looking at cleaning some of that old white stuff, I found very well the stuff that you use to clean baby bottles, Milton in the tablets of the liquid, works quite well to re-bleach that stuff. Just be very aware that if you leave it in too long, the bricks might get a little bit But if you leave it in for just a couple of hours, it usually brings it back nice and white. And another good trick too, if you're trying to actually whiten parts, is to get them cold.
Get them cold?
Yes.
Wow.
Put them in the Milton solution and then stick it in the fridge.
Wow. And
get them colder, and it will just get them a tad whiter than leaving them in there longer.
I'm going to give that a crack, Darren. That's a bloody good tip, mate.
If you're prepared to mess around with it, stick them in the freezer, but don't let it freeze solid, because then it becomes
okay.
But like 25 minutes in the freezer and whip them out in the solution. As long as the solution isn't that hard, pretty right. And the reason I discovered that one was when I became a father. I was living in a rather cold area, and my son was in cloth nappies, and I stuck him out on the clothesline one night on a freezing cold night, and went to get them the next day, and I'm like, damn, these are white.
Wow.
They were really white, and it's because of the cold air. So just these things you sort of discover by, pure fluke sometimes. But yeah, so because the mother-in-law used to come and knock off my stack of nappies all the time because mine were always whiter than hers.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I'm going to give that a crack.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, so give that one a crack. It's not a bad technique. But the Milton works really well for getting the stuff white. And
Yep.
a little bit colder. Like, please don't freeze it. You'll actually make the Lego brittle. But if you just let it get a little bit colder than room temperature, yeah, it sort of go a little bit whiter. Just means you have to leave the bleach as long. Because the bleach will actually brittle it.
Does the milk make it more attractive to cats, though?
To what?
To cats.
Oh, right. Okay. I don't know. You have to experiment on that one, mate, yourself. I don't know. It's Milton, not milk.
I really like the plant pieces of cats.
Well, that's
really like
most of Shazzy done.
They like the plant pieces for some reason, cats.
Yeah, because they're chewy.
They're chewy. That's most of Shazzy just done on this conversion on the Ambo.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
So you build an 8 wide. You build an 8
Hey?
wide, are you? 8 wide, is it? 8 studs wide?
Yeah, because I want to have 2 paramedics to be able to stand up in the back and then have 1 driver.
Yep.
So there'll be 3 paramedics on board, but 1 will be designated driver going to the back to the hospital. So it's going to be a decent sized Ambo that instead of the crappy little thing you get in Lego sort of ideas, so Lego pack.
Cool.
So no, it's going to be a substantial vehicle. I still haven't finished on the bigger bus either, so I'll have to get around to that at some stage this week when I've got some free time, maybe. He says tongue in cheek. When I will have some free time, I don't know. It's back to school this week, so after having a week off, and although we were meant to be training, there was a lot of free time, which was partake by most of the teachers who attended. So, anyway.
Fair enough. Yeah, I heard you chatting earlier that you'd done a bit of Lego discussion in the thing. So, did you do any building while you're on this course?
Yeah.
You did. In what, an educational sense, or just a bit of free time?
Well, we had educational sets, and we had to we had one sort of exercise where we had to come up with curricula to how to use them and implement them in a class learning plan. So we had to do that. But apart from that, I and a fellow builder from New Zealand ended up doing our own little mocks and trying to build vignettes to try to challenge each other.
No, cool, good.
So we had little vignettes with base plates like this, Darren.
Yeah,
and we're trying to do little displays while we actually finish what the main part of the teaching was. We thought, oh, sod this, we're going to make a vignette. We got enough bricks in front of us. Let's bloody do it.
Look, 8x8 vignettes are an absolute challenge. They are incredibly hard to do, right? But they're a real good challenge.
Oh, hell yeah. I now have a deeper appreciation for what you do, Darren.
Sponger's just actually, I just realised I'm in the Lego account watching Lego. He just said, yes, I only clean my Lego in winter as it's too cold and the Lego gets cleaner in winter. Yeah.
Thanks,
yeah, no, look, 8x8 vignettes are a really good challenge because you've got to try and tell a story within 8x8 studs. And it makes it very hard to sort of incorporate a couple of minifigs or even more sometimes and put in an 8x8 space. And for those that have seen it before on our other streams, yeah, my solution was to go 8x8 studs and then go 9 stories tall.
I love that solution, Darren. 8x8 and then keep going up. But it's like I said, if you're running out of room, you go up, Darren. Go up.
But to the point, mate, where now one of the mock competitions I enter regularly has gone down. Now it's 8x8 studs by 8 bricks high. Oh, yeah, that's right. I said, oh. Anyway, that happened. Hey, that's all right. But interestingly, someone else who had never seen my mock had actually about 5 stories tall, and around about the 75 centimetre mark. Mine's just over a metre. And it was interesting to see what he'd done because it was totally different. It was just still 8 by 8, but it was totally different. And so we're both going to take him to a meeting soon and compare. So we haven't actually, while we've caught up with each other, like we know each other, we didn't actually realise we were doing 8 by 8 as a sort of a thing. So we posted the other night. Oh, we'll get into it and show each other what we do and sort of inspire each other. Because the Sydney Brick Show this year actually did minifig habitats, which is basically vignettes. It's just another way they put it to sort of make it more crowd friendly. And I'm not sure if they set a record. I think they did for the most number ever displayed at one show in one time.
Yeah.
We were sort of tossing around the idea that maybe not this year, but maybe next year to give people a bit more lead time to crank into it. We might try for another Australian record and really obliterate it. So not trying to lay it on what Sydney did. I think they did an amazing thing, and that's why we won't do it straight away. We'll leave it for a couple of years and have a bigger sort of crack at it. But I know one of the other lugs in Australia is having a bit of a trying to get it up and do it. And again, it's a matter of letting them have their turn to do it. I hate it when people set a record and someone turns around and smacks it straight on the head straight away. That's really not the way it should be done. That's not the spirit of it. You can have a bit of friendly competition, but you sort of don't just go and smash someone's record straight away because you can do it. And a very classic example of that sometimes is too, if anyone's seen the movie The World's Fastest Indian, old Monroe set a pretty stonking record for his own hand-built modified Indian bikes. No one has ever tried to break his record out of respect for the man. Yeah. There is a lot of people these days with more modern metallurgy and sort of much higher tolerances with equipment. Yeah, you could do it a bike using the same base things you didn't make it go faster. And I mean, of course, you've got to do better aerodynamics than that because he just did it out of his head. But no one has actually turned around and tried to break his record out of simple respect for the fact that a man did it out of his backyard, out of a small basic shed, and pretty much invested his entire life to do something he loves. So it's really great when people show that sort of respect, and that's the same thing. Like I was looking at doing a Lego Firewalk because for those of you who don't know, I live with incredible levels of pain. I have fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue, and live with major chronic pain. So for me, walking on Lego is a cakewalk. I don't really feel it. And I was looking at doing a Lego Firewalk, and then I just saw recently some guy has done a major one raising money for a charity. And I thought, right, well, I'm just shelving the idea. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to step on his parade. He's done an amazing job. He's raised a lot of money. He's got a record. I'm not out to go and take it off him. I could have done it. I could have a crack at it.
In Lego. Well, the one record in Lego no one's got any respect for, either group. Or maybe it is just a very, very healthy competition, is the GBCs.
Yeah.
It used to be Chicago, the Chicago show versus the big show Mako does in Europe.
Yeah. But that's fine because that's a slightly different thing again. That is something that actually needs a bit of feeding like that, and that's great. But
Chicago's just done 266.
Yeah, and I can see that getting ludicrous to within a couple of years. We're going to have 1,000+ modules put together. It's not going to take long because I think that competition is ramping up pretty severely. Another one we were looking at was pushing Micropolis to another level, and I've discussed this with several people. But the logistics of bringing together enough Micropolis from all over the world is pretty damn intense. So we didn't want to do it as a record from one country. We just wanted to bring modules from all over the world together and sort of bring it together because it's built to a standard. It's very easy to put together, but just the sheer financial cost of doing it, getting enough people to help people proxy display is another thing. So for those that don't know, proxy displaying is where you pack your model up in a box, you post it away, and your proxy, who is at the other end, sets it up for you, then packs it up and sends it back to you. And that does become very expensive. Even if you're only sending an 8x8 module, or 16x16 module, still pack it up and make sure it gets to the other end intact is, a bit of an if. As Cherie will testify, she had a couple of modules proxy displayed this year, and it's, it's a bit nail biting when you might sometimes just get back a box of bits.
Yeah.
Hours and hours of work, and it comes back as just a box full of bits because Australia Post is used as a soccer ball. It's just a break, I suppose. But yeah, it happens. And there are some cool parts in this bit. Yeah, go buy rollercoasters, pirate rollercoasters, dude. Make it a thing. There is some very good parts in this. Useful parts. Lots of clicky parts, articulated parts. Yeah. Quite a bit of technique in it. So, time to open another bag, I suppose. Let's see what I've got over that. I'm just going to mute for a second, guys. I don't need to expose you all like James does to the massive rattle of a bag opening.
Yeah. Yeah, anyway, it's all good. So,
just do this instead, Tim.
Oh, yeah, that, yeah, lovely,
Yeah,
dude,
right.
lovely stuff.
Lovely, mate. No, right. I was just trying to avoid that. Yeah, okay.
No, Douglas just goes all out and just goes, oh, sod it, I'm just going to make a bloody noise and you can all get buggered. Good on you, mate. Good on you, mate. No, it's good. It's all good. But yeah, it's interesting how you know people go try to beat records and that, and it was nice to see. I think Rick Smith or his mate actually went and did the one in Philadelphia, the Firewalk, and they've got the world record for that, which was good.
Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that's the one you're thinking of. So, okay, cool. Yeah.
So
yeah.
Hey, look,
I was very happy how they achieved that.
Yeah, phenomenal effort, and anyone that does it, it's hey, good on them. Anyone that goes out and raises money for charity, mate, I'll take that up.
Yeah.
So get out.
Yeah, that's the spirit that it should be in. That's the spirit that the Lego community should really get behind and support.
Yeah, use your shows to raise awareness, to raise money. Sort of like that's what it's about.
Oh, totally.
It's
I'm trying to find a 1x2. Can I find a 1x2 block?
Darren.
Bugger if I know. I had one
what
here
I'm trying
before.
to do here is just build this lip up to make the stream like a built-up lip that'll then wrap over, cover this ugly edge up.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that should work
So
out quite well.
What have you got the boat sitting on there? What is that?
Ah, it's the base plate.
Oh, okay.
It's an old one of the space ones.
Wow.
Entron 2, I think it was.
All right. That's incredible. Cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I've just got like the Atlantis set built on it. The hollow in there allows you to make a swing, like a lake thing, which is hard to pull out. Which is good.
Oh, wow.
It's very similar to what with the pyramid, because that's all built up on a base.
Good.
Because that's all built up on a base as well.
Yeah. So you're going to have a roller coaster sitting through the pyramid, mate, or not?
There's not enough room in the pyramid, unfortunately.
You've just got to build a bigger pyramid, mate.
Damn.
Yeah, it's pretty much the plan. Yeah, just go bigger.
yeah, that's it. Just challenge we're going to do. Bigger pyramid. And how big?
It's the only problem when you try to jam too much into a small space. Every time you stick your hand in an area, it's just things go flying everywhere.
And not only that, you can sometimes overdo it quite easily too. I've been talking to one of my friends from overseas. I just put it on.
Really, it's mummy. Stop it.
From the Lego world,
Stand down, it's mother.
I probably have contacts on nearly every country. Actually, the only country I can dead set say I don't, or the only countries I can dead set say I don't have Lego contacts in is Mongolia. Here's one. We were talking about Mongolia earlier. And I don't have anyone from Iceland that's on Lego. So if anyone's watching the stream from Iceland, get on to me. I want to hear from you. Oh, and Antarctica. No one in Antarctica I know is doing Lego down there.
Mummy, you just don't know me.
You've probably got a bunch of secret penguins watching you.
Yeah, and we were just talking about building fairgrounds in Denver. One of my friends from overseas, actually, and
Really?
she's taken the pirate coaster and modded it. She's got the carousel, and like she's only just got into building, so for her it's a matter of taking sets and then putting them all together and sort of doing something with it, and then she's slowly making her own things to go along with it. And we're talking about we're talking about setting up a fairground as an example. And I said it's those little details like the street furniture, in other words, garbage bins, even a bit of rubbish laying around. You know, when do you ever go to a show and there's no rubbish laying around?
Disneyland, they've got a dedicated team that swoops
okay, yes, that's the one. It's the one example. But as an example, you know, if you've got this sort of thing going on, it's those things like street signs and light posts and benches, bins. And all that sort of stuff that makes the detail. You know, you've got to have your little sideshow alleys and all that sort of stuff. And that does really make it all a lot better because you can still string together a series of kits that way, but give it a different feel by adding bits to it. Like I was talking to her this morning, actually, before I headed off, because as you can imagine, the UK and us are on very different timelines. So when I was buzzing up at 6 in the morning, it was sort of a reasonable, respectable hour of the day for her. I said, "Oh, why don't you hide the battery box in like a ticket booth sort of thing? You know? You put a concession stand on one side of it." She said, "Possible." And I said, "You know, when you look at it in the old school days, or even in some cases still done, carousels and that are actually powered by stationary steam engines or by showman's engines, and that'd be pretty cool." Hey, we got a sighting of an iceberg.
Done.
Cool iceberg.
Bill.
Hey, iceberg dude, if you go back and have a look back up in the chat, there's a link if you want to come and join us.
ICB. Hi, ICB.
So I hope you heard that. Yeah, what have we got there?
That's that candy.
The link's in the description. Yeah, Icy, come on in.
Yeah, that's a pretty
that's
cool.
that.
That's got some
It's
cool.
actually got a lot of really cool pieces. I like this bit.
Nice.
That bit's real cool.
Which bit do you like?
That bit.
Yeah, the little bubblegum machine, yeah.
Yeah, and even this little rack thing in here.
Yeah.
I got it on its turntable and stuff.
Yeah, no, some pretty cool parts on that one. I actually, that's one of those sets you've really got to buy 3 or 4 of at a minimum to get a good part count. But
yeah,
it's got a lot of good food items in it, though, as an example, which is what makes it really a good value set in that alone. Because you go and bricklink a lot of those food items, man, it's not hard to whack up a few bucks really, really easy.
Yep.
Oh, totally.
That's what's going to make the sets. And you can tell a lot of, I mean, there's another thing too, when you go and look in someone's bricklink store, once you've been sort of building sets or parting sets out yourself for a while, if you've just hit them when they've just downloaded an inventory and it hasn't sort of been hit up by the people that are sort of scouting at certain parts, or even sometimes after that you can sort of get a feel for what sets they have actually been parting out by what parts are in the store at the time. So yeah, and that particular set. That particular set has been hit up by a lot of bricklink stores just simply because it's got so many good food items in it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's amazing that you sort of pick up on after a while sometimes. So, yeah, I'm actually looking at this pirate roller coaster at the moment. One of my down the track projects. Well, it's been on the cards for a while, but I'm sort of a bit more re-inspired on it. I want to do a minifig scale version of the Villa Savoy.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people will know as a building in France that Lego Grand Architecture set up. And it was actually the set. Oh, this is just to put it in context. That was the actual set that got me back into Lego as an adult, in a roundabout sort of a way. One of my mates here on Phillip Island actually fell in love with the building many, many years ago. Decided to make a pilgrimage to France to actually spend several days on site with the building. Took tens of thousands of photos of this thing, of this building, and then comes home and builds a near faithful copy of it, or as close as the local planning laws would allow him to build.
Wow.
Wasn't allowed to build the final upper story, like the bits that are on top of the actual roof section, the roof garden section, because that would have gone outside the height laws here. But other than that, he's got a very faithful reproduction of it. The interior is the same layout. The only thing is he didn't paint his white. Theirs is actually covered all in mosaics. His wife's a mosaic artist, so the beautiful curved wall out around the front is curved and got this beautiful octopus's garden mosaic on it. Heather is an amazing mosaic artist. So yeah, I sort of promised my mate Manny that one day after I bought him that set, which was the set that sort of got me back into Lego, that I'd eventually get around to building a mini big scale version of it. So I've been collecting parts for it for a while, but it's damn hard to get your hands on a lot of white, like 1x brick easily. And this set's got a lot in it, so bonus. That's just going to sort of help this project, that project on a little bit. So great. You know, things like 1x1 straight basic brick, I'm going to need a lot of in that particular building. I haven't even started doing plans of it, but just knowing pretty much what's going to happen in it, I'm going to need a lot of it. I'm going to need several thousand of them. So, yeah, it's just, you know, 2x1's going to need many thousands of them. So, yeah. Big project, but it will come off eventually. But because that one I want to build the building.
Tan. Hey, Tan's joining us in the chat.
Cool. Hey, Tan.
Hey, Tan. Nice to see you, my friend.
And same to you. Hey, Tan, man, if you want to come in and join us in the stream, go for it. But the link's up there. Come in and join us.
Yeah, it's in the chat earlier. So if you want to go through the chat history, scroll back up. Invite to all. Come and join us and say hi-de-ho to us, face to face.
Face to face, exactly. And yeah, so the Villa Savoy, I want to sort of build the building as faithfully as I can in minifig scale. I know I'm not going to get it perfect, but I want it to be a standoff representation. You should be able to stand back 10 feet away and go, hey, that looks pretty damn spot on. That's what I'm aiming for.
Hey, here he is. The manly RRB.
Hey, RRB.
Oi, Timbo, did you hear the news? Mate. Did you hear the news?
No, what?
We won Origin. Let's go. The Blues. The Blues won Origin.
Hey! Sweet!
Yeah. Yes.
I was away in Taiwan on a teaching conference, so I've been away and I've got back and dude, it's good to catch up with you, mate.
Sorry, my headphones all in and out. What'd you say?
I said it's good that we won the bloody Origin. I've been away for a week in Taiwan on a conference, and it's really good, mate.
Yeah, about time. Far out.
Yeah, about bloody time.
Yeah, Timmy wasn't going to get made in Taiwan. He was going to get broken in Taiwan.
Oh, Darren, you're smart.
Where's Cherie?
She's got things going on the homeward front, and everything's gone awry. But anyway,
right.
Have you been? How's your Lego? How's the stuff? Have you got the jocks yet?
No, I haven't got any. The new Ninjago stuff doesn't hit stores till July, so I've gotten some Star Wars though. I got a bunch of Star Wars stuff.
Did you? What did you get?
For my I'll show you. I was building BB-8 on I was building BB-8 on Friday stream. I'll be back in a sec.
Oh, dude, awesome.
While ROB's, I'll just go back to the Villa Savoy. Yeah, I want the Villa Savoy, and then I want to build the actual ground that sits into a pretty faithful scale as well. What have you done there, ROB?
All right, Timbo. I got
Dude.
solo sets.
Oh, nice.
Speeder.
You got speeders, yeah?
I got these two, which I haven't built yet. I got built one of them now. These two ones.
I haven't done them yet either. Hey, how about you and I do a stream? We build a big Yoda's heart together.
Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
We do a let's build, and we'll both build a back-to-back Yoda's heart.
Yeah, that'd be good. When I'll build this one now, then the Luke one. Or they both got Luke, but this one.
Oh, at Chill Island. Okay, cool.
And then
this double one of the Yoda's.
Oh, you got that as well.
Yeah, and then I got the BB-8 man. If you don't have it, Tim, you got to get it. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Okay. Douglas showed me just then. He's got it.
It's amazing. So freaking good. It's unbelievable.
The head is cool.
Douglas.
Building Brick Studio, mate. Jump in. If you can find the link, jump in and join us.
Thanks.
Don't stream tonight, guys. Jump in and join us.
Yeah, it's a Anything Goes stream tonight.
Yep.
All are welcome.
Yep, jump in. All the merrier.
Oh, lovely. I'm excited.
All right.
But thanks for asking.
Good stuff, mate.
Yeah, it's good, man. It's good.
I hate it when you set up a catch thing at the back of your shelves and a part falls off and it just misses the catch thing and goes under the shelf. It's like, yeah.
Oh, no.
Murphy's Law, mate. Murphy's Law. For those who aren't familiar, Murphy was lucky and everything can go wrong.
See, Timbo, I'm not just Ninjago all the time. There you go.
No, I've always said you are very versatile, especially when you did the elf stuff, RIP, and I love you for it, mate, because when you built that elf set, I now know that the elves have got a really good bunch of those lovely, that beautiful colour.
Oh, the blue colours, the greens, they're amazing.
And the other pastel colours that they have are fantastic.
They're amazing. They're really good.
I love the elves and the French that were absolute colours and just
Yeah. What, Cherie's just posting a link so everyone can join.
Yes. Yep, it's a free-for-all tonight.
Yeah.
Anything goes.
It's a free-for-all.
It could go south very quickly, but hey, I'll take the risk. I'll cop it on the chin.
Yeah, you're gonna have to cop it on the chin, I think.
There you go,
RIP. Look at that. Look at Douglas' city. RIP. Have a look at this. Look at his Ninjago stuff. Look at this.
I saw I saw some of his photos this morning on Instagram. Mate, look at that. It's amazing.
I was busy.
They're amazing.
Douglas, I love it. I love it, mate.
Thanks, Sheree, for popping it up again.
Thanks, ABC.
Fantastic. You got the docs, Douglas? Yeah?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I'm trying to figure out, do I go docks or trains first? And I'm thinking I'll go the docks first.
Oh, really?
But I reckon you'll have more time with the docks than the trains. So I don't know, like to get them.
The store I go to, he gets them constantly. He's not like Big W in that.
Right. Oh, Big W won't even have the trains. They won't even touch the trains.
Yeah, I know.
Never do.
It's like he's had.
Is this an
because Rick's had the
you're talking about?
No, city trains.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. I just thought it might mean something I missed here.
Yeah, there's a new Ninjago train, Darren.
Yeah, there's a great one.
It's a secret train.
There's a really good one coming out.
Build one. That's what I'm trying to get at. If someone hasn't done a Ninjago train yet, do it.
Yeah? There was a Ninjago train that was meant to come out in 2012, but it got cancelled because the people at Toy Fair weren't a big fan of it. It was displayed at Toy Fair,
Right.
Ugh.
but they weren't a big fan. But it was a snake train. It was a train that was shaped like a snake, like all the vehicles were in 2012.
No way.
Oh, that
Yeah.
would have been so crazy.
Yeah.
That'd be
Because that
so
would have actually
freaking
looked good on
fantastic.
podcast.
And we have discussed this before. Sometimes things miss their point in time. Evening,
Yeah.
Building, joining us.
Hello.
Hey, hello.
So where are you from? Don't give us the town, but what country are you from?
United States.
I just so everyone else knows where you're from. Okay. Or whatever you're in.
Oh, say, do you see an American up a tree? No, sorry, wrong version. Sorry. Sorry, my beautiful US people. Don't turn it off. I'm just having a tongue in cheek. It's pretty much an Aussie thing we do. I'm sorry about that.
Starting to get used to this.
Good on you, mate. Nice for you to pop in. Thank you very kindly.
How you doing?
Doing good, mate. Doing good. Been away for a week, so I've missed out on a lot of Lego. I've got a lot of backlog to build.
I've taken apart the. I did a live stream about a haul. That was the last video done, and I decided to turn all those Lego sets I did in it, and I turned them all into alternative builds.
Oh, lovely.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Lovely,
I turned
man.
Plastic World's tiny corner. Of the
Oh,
cage
you
into
got
the
that
actual
poly
cage.
bag.
He
We
got
can't
that
even touch that poly bag here. We can't
The
even touch it here.
Raptor-
It doesn't even exist here.
Oh, it
Yeah.
doesn't?
It will exist if I send it to you,
What about the
RRB.
hot dog cart?
I still
What
got to
about
send
No,
you
but did you see? Oi, Tim, did you see Charm City Bricks photos on Instagram this week of those extra sets that were all over their Lego store?
Yes.
And they came with the trees and all that? What the hell? Why don't we get that? Why don't Big W carry them?
We're getting them in store this week. They're coming this week to us. Do you want some? I'll get you some.
I don't understand how hard it is to display a freaking bag on a wall. That's not that difficult, Big W.
Getting them. There's a pretty good
Australia
chance
is
we will
getting
be.
Australia is getting the some of those poly bags with the trees, etc.
Yeah, but not here, not where I live. They're not going to come out in New South Wales. I won't even touch them.
We're meant to be getting them very soon, though, man. They're going to be.
I would just buy the crap out of those trees. I want heaps of those trees.
Yeah,
like seriously.
I think they finally realised that there's a market for it.
If someone, Darren or probably Cherie, if Cherie goes to the Lego store and they've got them, I'm going to ask her to buy me tons and I'll pay her to send them to me.
Yeah.
I want them.
So, guys, did you guys get this fidget spinner while I was in the Lego store?
Oh, don't put that in my face. That's the only thing I don't have.
I've got you that. RB, don't fret. I've got you that. It's in your pack. I'm putting it together for you. So don't have a heart attack. It's in your pack. I promise.
Have you legit got that for me, Tim? Have you legit got that for me?
I legitimately have that. No word of lie.
All right.
I
Message me on Instagram.
Hey.
Message me on Instagram. I want to message me on Instagram. I'll pay you for them. I want them as soon as possible. If you have them, I want them as soon as possible.
Okay, mate.
Deals on eBay, they're not expensive on eBay. Like on
yeah,
eBay, they're pretty cheap.
It's literally the only Ninjago thing I don't have at the moment, apart from the docks, which doesn't count because it's not in stores yet. But
yeah, you want to know?
It's literally the only Ninjago thing I don't.
I'm missing like 5 seasons of Ninjago because I'm missing like I have some Skybound still like intact.
Yeah.
Like I have the entire Misfortune's Keep, that big set, the big pirate ship.
That's a great set. That's a great set, that one.
It came with Nauticon, which is really one of the only reasons why I got it.
I feel bad. There's a guy I follow on Instagram who's obviously a lot younger than most of us. Not that much younger than me, I would say.
You realize I'm younger than most of you as it is.
I'm 20. And that guy, he posted that Misfortune's Keep was his biggest set, and I felt so bad. I was like, oh, damn, man. That's sad. You poor kid.
My biggest set is a modular.
Yeah. Misfortune's Keep only has like 700 pieces. I felt bad for the kid. Poor guy.
Yeah.
Just obviously, you know, it's hard to get those bigger sets. They're very expensive these days. So I understand that situation.
Like a Ninjago movie, Cole's Quake Mech. Did you get that?
Yeah. Yeah,
I've
got all the Ninjago
stuff.
movie stuff.
Build. It's such a satisfying build.
Yeah, it's really good. It's a really good set, that one. It's
Same
in
with
my
the
cupboard, actually.
Water Strider mech. The Water Strider mech, that one was kind of a good one as well.
I was surprised by that. That was a good price, great part count, and everything like that.
And a lot
really
of play
good
value.
Yeah.
And
it was
we
really
have
good, that one.
More about the biggest thing out of the reach for a lot of people. And maybe that's why they've done this dock setup where you can keep adding to it from modules at a time.
Yeah.
I think that hopefully we're going to see more of that as a result of that. Like, if that sells really well on that basis, we will see more of them. Sure.
So, guys, I recently got a kitten, so it's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't had a cat for a while, so now I got a kitten, and
Oh, cool, man.
Oh, Lego piece. A Lego piece, lol. I thought you meant a cat, and like legit cat.
you want to know what I did with the cat? My cat loves Legos, I guess. The thing crawls around in one of my big bins. You know.
My cat's not interested in Lego for some reason. Just doesn't even care. Just walks in my room. Nothing. It's all over my room, but no, I'm not going to go
Walks
near
in,
it.
takes off, and goes, "This is boring."
Yeah, exactly.
Did anybody get the Agent Coulson car?
No, I didn't get any superhero stuff. I think Tim, you got that, didn't you? That
Yeah,
car
I got that, and I put my custom Black Yeti in that.
It's a good thing you got that.
Well,
this car is perfect for modulars. Like, it's perfect for like if you're trying to get like a thing of cars.
Dude, it's perfect with Black Yeti and diners, drivings, and dives mock that I've done.
In this figure, pretty soon this figure is going to be very expensive.
Does anyone know if this part comes in green?
What is it?
No.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've got that in green, but not very. It's not very common.
So it is available.
Green.
Yeah, green. I've got it in green. So it's not that common. It's usually that blue gray, or it's in it's usually a black.
Yeah,
do you guys got any
white.
of these?
Grays and the blacks are the most common yet. Heaps in yellow too.
What's that?
It's a Fabuland. This is absolutely Lego. This is actually
Oh, it's Fabuland, right. Okay, it's Fabuland. I thought it looked like a squishy toy. I was like, what's that? And then I saw it. Yeah, it's Fabuland. Yeah.
It's Fabuland, yeah.
Yeah, just
Rick's got a lot of that stuff.
Just talking about cats and Lego, today we were recounting a story of my childhood where I was about 11 and my cat got locked in the caravan with my Lego for about 5 hours.
No.
Poor thing had to relieve himself. And of course, Lego became kitty litter. And we can't blame the poor cat. He wasn't, he was trying to do the right thing about it.
Oh, no.
So I come home to him, and he had diarrhea too. When a big bucket of bleach and a steam cleaner came in very damn handy.
I would have never touched it again. I would have literally thrown it out. I would have never touched it again.
We weren't exactly rich Ninjago, and those days Lego was damn hard to come across.
I know. These days I would have just like, no, I'm not touching that anymore. That's gone.
I'm not touching that.
So, guys, I have a question for all you. Do you guys like watch CW's The Flash or The Arrow or anything?
Sorry, what was that about Arrow?
He's talking about the Flash TV show.
I watch it, and I can't get enough of it.
Yeah, I made myself a Lego mock of Star Labs, and it's actually pretty good. And it's pretty scaled. Did you guys watch the new version of it?
Yeah.
So yeah, I just took this DeVoe's chair.
Oh, you got DeVoe's chair. Awesome, and you got a DeVoe custom.
Yeah, the Flash. I don't have any other Flash other than this one, the one from Justice League, which is unfortunate. But my Iris West doesn't look like Iris West yet because I really don't have a black face.
Yeah.
You know. This is Joe. Some people with Thermox, they decide to use no hair, but
Yeah.
in the TV show, he has a little bit of hair. He
Yeah.
doesn't have none. He has a tiny bit.
True.
So their mocks and customs are very not exactly like it.
Yeah.
And this is the police captain, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Dr. Wells.
Yeah.
Then inside here, there's the take everything. It's annoying when there's a lot of figures and stretchy man. Yeah, stretchy. Goody.
Yep.
Don't you hate it when Legos just fall apart when you're trying to do something?
Yeah, always the way when you're trying to show someone something, especially a mock you just finished, and then something else breaks off, and you're like, oh shoot, what am I going to do now?
What am I going to do?
Yeah.
Then,
So just going back, Spongy's just come up in the chat. Dude, you said that part in the phone before. Yes, it comes in green. It came out of a pirate
that's
set.
Vibe.
Oh yeah.
I take the Spong's word by gospel.
And Cisco.
Oh, yeah.
Spong in the city.
That.
Yeah. Spong had that part in green in a pirate set apparently.
Oh, did he?
Mm.
That does not surprise me that he wouldn't have that.
Yeah, no, he's a bit of a pirate fiend, our Spongy. I mean,
Spong in the city.
Spong, man, how excited are you for the new Harry Potter stuff? How excited?
Come and join us. The link's there.
He was so excited when we had the almost 4-hour stream RRB. He couldn't stop talking about it.
What 4-hour stream did you do?
We had almost a 4-hour stream the last time I broadcast.
Really?
My set, yeah.
2 weeks ago. It nearly ended and Spong jumped in.
Oh no.
Yeah, we were about to fill it, then Spong jumped in and we just kept going and going and going. Why not?
I have an incredibly rare Deadpool figure.
Oh, from the Wolverine Chopper Showdown.
Yeah, it wasn't even that much. Like, I got it when I was a little kid, but now it's like...
That's interesting, that set right there, that's probably, I would say, one of the best Lego investments of all time if someone bought tons of those.
Yeah.
The way you kind of...
Wolverine figure. The Wolverine figure.
The way you look at a Lego investment is... It's not a hard sell. That set's a very easy sell because Deadpool's pretty much exclusive to that set. Like, it's such an easy sell at like 5 times the cost of retail price. So that's an investment.
Yeah, I checked on eBay and most of the people that are selling Deadpool, they're all fake.
ARRB. I showed them this earlier. Deadpool number 1. Yeah.
Nice. I'm assuming that's rare. I'm assuming that's very rare.
It's from January '97, so it's pretty old.
So can I just have a button? Douglas, I take it you're also a comic fiend.
Me?
Which one?
I take it you're a comic fan.
Yeah.
A long time ago I was, but when the Australian dollar crashed,
yeah,
and $3 comic books went up to $6-7. My $50 a month habit blew out to $200, and it was because some of the more deluxe ones jumped from like $5 a comic up to about $16-17 a comic.
Oh, I see. Damn.
So I basically had to stop collecting comics.
I have a million figures right here.
It was like me back in the 80s, dude. I used to buy Popular Science and Popular Mechanics all the time when I was in Alice Springs because there's a huge contingent of expat Americans there working on bases. We used to always have copies of them. And it went from the point where it was like $6 or $7 1 minute. It's ran up close to 20 after about 3 years. Just you couldn't get it either. It's ridiculous.
This is one comic. Do I still make this for what ifs?
This thing is This thing, I took a lot of parts off the Doom Buggy, but it's still very stable. Like, the Doom Buggy was really beefed up. It had a lot of parts on it.
Yeah.
So I decided to take off a lot of them and put them to make a bigger scenery.
Oh yeah.
And believe it or not, all of this came from a set that is this big. Look at that. It's small.
Yeah.
53
I would
pieces.
believe that.
Yeah, they're pretty good value to them.
They're pretty good. Polybags are becoming better. Like,
yeah,
I can buy 1 million of these Jurassic World polybags only because of the fact that
they're unbelievable, unbelievable value.
Yeah, all these have really good value.
What's the retail price of that Jurassic World in the US? Is it $4 or?
No. My I went to Walmart for it, and
yeah,
I got it pretty cheap. It was even on sale because nobody kept buying it. Nobody bought it.
What? No one bought it. Holy crap!
$2.30.
Oh, wow.
No one bought it.
No one bought it.
Holy crap!
Yeah, nobody wanted it. I thought everybody would want to buy it because it comes with blue. Like, it comes with this so cute version of blue.
Do you know how much that polybag goes for here on eBay? Legit sells for?
What?
It sells for around $30 easy on eBay now. That polybag.
You know what? I'm just gonna buy it. I'm just gonna buy all the polybags the next time I go there. I'm just gonna sell them all on eBay.
Yeah, but you'd have to sell on eBay in Australia. In America, I'm sure they're cheap as chips if they're that much in store.
Yeah, they have a lot in store. They have like hundreds. Like the shelves are like full of polybags.
God damn.
They have the hot dog cart.
We get polybags here. We get polybags here. They're gone in a second. They're just flown off the shelves. Just flown off.
I don't have it in stock more of them wide range.
That stinks.
Mm.
You might not be able to get all the polybags then.
No, we can't. I don't even count that as part of my Ninjago collection because you literally can't get them here without overpaying by heaps.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you know?
I looked at the ice tank polybag.
Yeah,
they're going for about $5 in America on Bricklink. I was thinking about.
Yeah, I know. I've got that, and I've got a few. I've actually got most of those. The Ninjago movie ones. I bought them all in a bulk lot on eBay when they were heaps cheap at some one point last year.
I love that chip.
Do you know what this is?
That's a great set. That one, that balloon. Is that the hot dog stand or something?
Yeah, I transformed it into this.
Does it come with those wheels from the wheelchair?
Yeah, it does.
The wheelchair.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. And it's very hard to fall apart if you try and do a alternative build.
Yeah, you're gonna use a pair of pliers or something to bloody prise them apart.
Because there's barely any plates in the set, so it's kind of hard to make a stable thing. It's not really working.
Yeah, the clutch power isn't there with it. That's the only problem.
I'm just gonna transform this entire thing back to normal.
Honorable clutch power. No worries.
Yeah, I have like the my camera's moving around. Yeah, I got that. Got the instructions, obviously. How would I have the set? The hot dog guy. I used the thing that holds the hot dogs, like the grip thing.
Yeah.
To make the wheel, I just plugged it in right here and attached it to the bar that you're supposed to pull the hot dog cart with.
Oh yeah.
Wheel. Wasn't that hard. Okay, making an alternative build with polybags are pretty easy, and I used all the parts, so you know.
Well, that's good. That shows that you're come with some skill with when you can use whatever is in the poly bag and only in that poly bag. You started to actually become quite a builder.
We've actually had a couple of comps at
Do you guys know the Lego Ninjago City set? That one? Like the Lego Ninjago movie, Lego Ninjago City set?
Yeah.
You're going to think I'm lying when I say this, but I built that set in about an hour and 2 hours, something like that.
Yeah.
I'm not even lying.
2
I built the
hours?
set mad fast.
2 hours?
An hour, 2 hours.
That's what he said, 2 hours.
Probably not going up to 3 hours, yeah. Probably not going close to 3 hours. I
For
wasn't counting, but it was
4,800 pieces.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, mate.
I can probably build this thing in 2-3 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One
See
I'm
if I
trying to
can.
figure out is how to clean this up.
That's got some cool parts going on.
I literally dusted mine this morning, Douglas. Actually,
no way.
Here's mine. I dusted it this morning. There you go. There he is.
Nice work, RB.
And stickers.
Yeah. No, I don't build a Ninjago set without stickers. That can't happen because I'm never ever gonna pull them apart, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Never ever gonna happen.
A couple of years back at Mud, they handed out the winter skating set, and we had some. But you had to sort of like take the set and make something else from it. And one of the challenges was a speed build. So it didn't matter how many parts you used. No one had stipulated how many parts you had to use.
Don't you guys hate when there's no brick remover around and this thing is stuck? I hate it.
Anyway, there's no stipulation of parts. So someone had put up a build for like 5 minutes. And then someone built a very basic bench out of 3 parts, 2x1 and a 6x2 plate, and claims it as 5-second build.
Oh wow!
I'm thinking, hey, it didn't say how many parts you had to use. It's like, but someone had done a complete build using every part in the set in 5 minutes, and someone claimed.
Wow! That's so good.
That's nuts, Darren.
It wasn't me. Someone else did it.
Still bloody crazy stuff, mate.
But we had one kid come in with the winter skating set, taking a photo of all the builds. What did you come up with? And he's gone, the murder scene. I'm like, what? And I'm looking at it, he's got the blue plates out of the ice rink, and he's laid some red plates underneath. He's gone, he murdered him with the ice skate, and then the blood seeped into the ice. Okay, this is coming out of the mouth of a 10-year-old.
Bloody hell.
Hey, it was a very cool build, though. You've got to give him his dues, man. He thought it through and executed it really well. And I'm thinking, like, okay, maybe execute wasn't the right word to use.
Hey, Tim.
Yeah, mate.
Tim, have you got this Arch Toe Island set? Have you got it?
No, I haven't.
You should get it, man. I'm actually surprised by it, but I shouldn't be encouraging you because you're going to get your head knocked off by your wife.
I have to report, RB. The said vehicle that I bought, which I shouldn't have bought, has been sold.
Oh, Bugatti, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Sheree said that the other night.
I sold it for a little bit higher than what I was actually intending to, but the modus operandi behind that was so
what do you mean? Wait, what do you mean you sold it for a little bit higher than you were intending to?
Because a guy actually offered, a Chinese guy offered, he didn't see the actual proper price, and he said, he said 4,800. I said, yeah. And everyone looking at carousel, is selling it for 3,800. So I said, if you want to pay that, fine.
God damn it.
I'm not usually a flipper, so please don't shoot the messenger.
In this case, it was just not the messenger being shot.
It was fun to make the missus happy, basically.
I have a question in the chat. I have a question in the chat for myself.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Greg Rico asked me what are my thoughts on the all-new Ninjago Dragons. They are dope.
Come here.
You're really going to be honest, if you're asking someone about Ninjago, ask someone who's not biased, because I will never say a Ninjago set's bad, even if it's bad. I will never say it. I just can't. It's
which
not
one's
in me.
bad? Come on, you've opened that can of worms. Which one's bad?
Which one's bad?
Like,
you said you're never bad, even if it is. So that means one of them has to be bad. Which one is it?
The only one I'm not the biggest fan of. Obviously, I'll still get it because of completionist. I'm a completionist, but the only one I'm not a huge fan of, and it's not the whole set. It's the head of the dragon. It's the Stormbringer. The head.
The Stormbringer, the blue one.
The head is way too big for the body. It's way too big. Just looking at it. So
I really
the
don't
body
like
looks.
the reboot. I don't really like
the body.
The reboot.
Well, the body looks amazing. The body looks amazing. The head is just too big. I don't like the head. It's too big. But
fair enough.
Aren't all the dragon heads
just
that
a
way?
question that had to be asked by the way you're phrased it. So yeah.
Yeah, that'll be because of boost though, RRB, because it'll move or something. So I'll have to make it bigger.
Yeah, that's true, and that means I'm not going to get boost though. I've been looking at it literally just to get it for that set. That's the only reason I get it. Literally just to get it for that set.
Do you know what I have on my screen right now? Do you know
the
what I have on my
Ninjago
screen right now? The entire series. And it's put on one base plate. The entire series.
Well, you got the exact same idea as me. There's the entire series. There we go. You got the exact same idea as me.
When did you make your idea? When was your idea?
Oh, I just. This is what I do with all my minifigs. Here's the entire Ninjago minifig collection up here.
Let me see. Oh, let me see.
Wow.
Dang, you got a lot of minifigs. That's all I
that's every one. That's every single Ninjago fig. That's literally every single one up until this point.
That's not all my figures. I got all this. I got all Yeah, I got rows and rows. I could not fit it on my screen, even if I tried. I couldn't. Yeah, I just had so many.
I've been collecting Ninjago since the beginning. I don't know how that happened, but literally since the beginning I've been collecting, and
Same
I just stayed up to date.
My first set was that Cole was in it. It was like he was training. It's like that thing with the dartboard.
Oh right, Ninja Training Outpost.
Ninja Training Outpost.
Yeah, Ninja Training Outpost.
Yeah, speaking of masked minifigures, Bruce Beechung Swift posted his Star Wars Army again the other night, set up in his lounge room. 6,800 plus figures.
How many people on the stream? This is just a stream question. How many people on the stream have the Lego Infinity Gauntlet?
No, I don't collect superheroes at all. I literally don't have one superhero set.
What?
I have it.
You do?
I don't own.
I haven't opened it, but I do have that set. That's called the
Oh, bang! Thanos in the house.
Yeah, Thanos in the house. Nice.
Thanos is a jerk. He's a jerk. He snapped out the universe out of existence. He's a jerk.
What a blockhead.
I know, right? That's why I threw him on my shelf instead of placing him.
Oh, what a blockhead.
What blockhead? Why are you going to build that as well, RFB? That's not fair.
I'm going to build it. I'm building it. Fuck it.
Damn you.
As you know, Tim, I am the I'm
Hey,
the
mate?
most impatient person when it comes. I'm the most impatient person when it comes to building Lego sets.
Well, I already figured that. I have that from time to
You're
time. I get
impatient
a set and
about
I
it?
just can't help but
I
bloody
need them done.
build it.
I need them done
Then
now.
you do not understand the Lego superhero set, Thanos Ultimate Battle, because you would have to build this same exact wing twice. That takes 20 minutes each to build it.
Yeah, I've had that experience many times with Ninjago sets.
So,
I just I'm very impatient when it comes to
I'm telling
like
you,
I want.
the Nia's Water Strider mech, that one was very impatient for me.
Well, as soon as I get, I love building the set, but as soon as I get the set home, I get so mad if I can't build it straight away. I don't know why. I just want to build it straight away. That's it. I want it open and done.
Compulsion, RRB.
Yeah.
I know that feeling.
Tim, what I might do when you build yours, I might expand on mine because I've got Brickfest coming up, so I want to expand on mine.
Too. Okay.
Yeah.
Good idea. I like the sound of that, mate.
So if you want to build yours next week, I'll work on a mock with this next week.
Yeah.
On your screen.
No, that's a good plan.
Yeah. Because I'm taking.
Yeah, you're gonna take it to.
I'm taking it to Brickfest in Newcastle. Newcastle, yeah.
Nice, brother.
Yeah. So I'll be taking Ninjago and all that, of course, but I'll expand on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I bet you get heaps of kids coming and asking you.
Do you guys remember the very cheesy Lego Ninjago theme song?
What? Jump up, kick back, whip around, and spin.
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous.
And then we'll do it again. Just jump up, kick back, whip around.
The one that really hit me a lot was like the Ghost Whip and the Tournament of Elements one.
I love the Ghost Whip so much. That's a fantastic rendition.
Now you're singing it.
I am. I love it. It's the best version by far. Or
your favorite version?
The Tournament
My favorite
Whip.
version's more like the Tournament of Elements one.
The Tournament Whip is amazing. That's what I was just saying. The Tournament Whip's amazing. Love that.
I really liked the figures that were in that series because a lot of them are unique in ways.
Tournament of Elements is very well known. That's my favorite season. I make that very clear all the time. That's my favorite Ninjago season of all time.
Same here.
We were talking about 8x8 vignettes earlier on. I know the guys watched Fridays through the series before, but
speaking of which, that poly bag that he's talking about, I've got that here. I haven't even built it.
Nice.
Hey.
Nice.
So that's an 8x8 vignette.
I actually just changed it. I changed it back.
Did ya?
The figure is a really nice figure. I'd buy this set like 5 times just to get the figure.
Yeah.
Like that figure, I can put in the Lego City and it would fit right in. Like,
well, I've got a mod of that figure in this vignette. It's carrying a Minecraft axe, fighting Doctor Who.
Doctor Who.
Fighting Doctor Who because there's a Cyberman machine which is making Minecraft chicken.
I have that same exact Cyberman. That Cyberman's not even Lego.
The what? What did you say? The Cyberman's what?
Not Lego.
Cyberman's not Lego.
I'm sorry, that actually came out of a Doctor Who set.
This is the same exact one.
It's Dimensions. Came from Dimensions.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, Dimensions set. That was the biggest. No, that was the Dimensions set. That was the biggest insult Darren's ever heard in his life.
Exactly.
There's only Lego in this house, man. Mega Bloks don't even make the pass the ball.
That's almost as bad as saying that that Darren uses Mega Blocks to hide in the background to bulk out his builds.
Yeah, right, man.
No, you're mentioning the wrong company here. Weapon.
You're mixing Lego
Weapon.
and Mega Blocks. That's
Yeah,
bad.
you obviously have never watched that stream before, man. I am an absolute purist. There is nothing but Lego in there.
I used to have like Connects and stuff like that, but I just
there's nothing wrong with
like,
that.
I don't want it. Have it.
I'm not into
fake
modding
Lego.
parts. I'm not into custom.
Like with me, it's Lego or nothing.
Yeah, well, same here.
Lego on,
Darren
Lego
will.
off.
So, everyone knows
As
that.
Darren
Mr.
will
Miyagi says,
slit the
wax on,
throat.
wax off. Lego
Darren will
on,
slit the
Lego
throat
off.
of anyone who buys anything else.
Let's teach your own. But we were discussing today. There's a few of the guys in the train scene in Australia. They just got so many off-brand parts and the layouts. It's one the layout. It's like it's 80% off-brand quality. Actually, sorry, it's more than that.
If you guys in Lego
layout.
City just
Quality
does this,
off-brand.
Lego City just makes it all color, like patterned and everything.
Yes,
They
they
don't use
do.
any strange pieces. They just use regular bricks and wheels. Yeah, it's great.
Man,
Start building all these sets back.
Anyone knows what I'm looking at, they know this foliage is off-brand because Lego don't make it in that colour. Those colours, so it's really sad.
Mm-hmm.
In a Lego exhibit Lego.
We're getting somewhere now.
So,
Yay, we got holes on the vehicle.
Now the Doom Buggy
Nice.
looks
Nice.
good.
Nice.
The amber is coming to
As
start to
an
look
entire
like something.
set, it comes with 3 orange pieces. 3 orange pieces. That's it.
Yeah.
It's better than none.
Through that, better than none.
Hell yeah.
Well, as we say in Australia, better than a kick up the arse on a hot summer's day, mate.
What the hell?
I had to give the Americans something to get some context with.
Where the hell did that come from?
Sprungo! In the city!
Spawn
yeah.
out.
Brother.
You got the Friends wagon. Good on you, mate.
Building Brick Studios.
Squeeze, squeeze.
Squeezy.
All my friends literally say Building Brick Studios like that. I'm not sure if they're like mad at me or whatever the heck. I'm unsure. Like all my friends, they're not really into Lego.
Squeeze. Yeah, I know. That's every teenager. Every teenager.
It's just a teenage thing, mate.
Yeah.
It's every normal teenager in quotations. Normal.
I'm not
teenager.
normal.
He ain't normal, he said. What?
I said it in quotations. Normal.
Oh, okay,
in
thank you.
quotations, as they say.
Well, you know, I'm strange.
You're Doctor Strange. No.
Sprungo, I'll put you on the big
Dr.
screen.
Steven Strange.
Have you
I have
got
some
that?
questions
Did you
for
just get
you.
that Friends wagon today, did you?
No, this was about 4 months ago.
4 months ago.
Far out.
That question about plate 1x2 with vertical
There we go.
shaft. This is the set with the green version of the 1x2 with vertical
Ooh.
shaft.
Ooh.
That is
Take-
the right
I take-
set.
Yeah. The NASA Apollo Saturn V that has green, and the minifigure wedding set that you can buy at the Lego store. And
Oh, Adam, you are right too. The wedding set, the new wedding set has that as well. Good on you, mate. Good spotting.
I take Spong's word by gospel.
Yes, and Means Kemp van, this one here. And the 4x4 off-roader. So they're all sets from last year or this year that have that part in it.
Yeah.
But, you're looking for that green with the vertical shaft. Green 2x1 with a vertical
I'm
shaft.
going to get a phone.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, yeah, mate. You're right.
Tim's getting his ass chewed out now. That sounded wrong.
No, he's talking with the dog, isn't he?
Dog misbehaving. Still on guard.
Did you buy the Millennium Falcon today, Tim? Excuse me, that's my money. I use that money.
Yeah, the business is okay because we have now centered the chi and the power of the investment has now been revealed. So everything has now come down to the center and the
There we
Qigong
go.
is now being realigned. So yin and yang
Doesn't it?
is in balance and no more in a turmoil.
Doesn't your
Lego
wife find that
world.
racist?
At
Huh?
the end of my thing, it says
Doesn't-
Lego World.
No, my wife says she's a flaming Aussie. She doesn't say she's Chinese.
Okay.
She was asked a while back. She goes, "Oh, where are you from?" She goes, "Australia." And they go, "No, huh? What? No, you're Chinese? No, huh?" And she goes, "No,
If she
I'm
wants to be
Australian.
Australian,
Citizenship. I'm
if she
Australian,
wants to be
bloody
Australian,
hell."
just say the C word after every sentence. Easy.
Chinese.
Yeah, I've been watching the Australians in the U now, and they say the C word as often as possible as in a live stream. And Americans are like, well, we can't say that over here. What gets you all the ability to say that word live on a stream? So easy. It's so easy to do it on the U now because it isn't recorded. So it isn't recorded on the U now. But on the YouTube, yeah,
that's right.
yeah. If you
You
say
can
it
get
on the
away with Spongo, can't you?
yeah, if you say it on the YouTube,
You're in a bit of right.
yeah.
Subscribe to Daddy Dom on YouTube. We are here. We're making videos. We're getting subscribers. We're getting views.
Oh my god, what the fuck is I don't know if he just got attacked. What the fuck?
Did you hear my brother? Did you hear my brother?
Yeah,
Subscribe to Daddy Dom on YouTube.
Subscribe, I'll rip your bloody head off.
On the U now, I'm known as Pimp Daddy Spongo.
Oh, what? Spong, you haven't.
No. Please, Adam, Spong, please don't tell me the kids call you that. No,
Yeah.
no.
Oh,
Hey,
shit.
Douglas.
We're in trouble now.
I've got a completely new
Hi,
fan
Adam.
base on the U now.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
They watch me do an idea on the go build. They watch me doing
Oh, Bongo, no, really?
they say I'm watching
Oh, crap.
Oh, shit.
Boss Darren.
He's breaking it.
Oh, shit.
How many people are watching the stream?
Pimp Spong.
Oh, Spongo, no, please, no. Darren's lost it.
Yeah, well, got to find it again now. But anyway,
We've descended into madness, but it's all good.
that's all right.
What
You
stays
How you
on
going?
what stays on the U now stays on the U now.
Oh, bloody hell, Spongo,
Yo,
what are you
guys.
doing to me?
Guys,
Spongo,
I've a
what are you
hilarious
doing,
meme.
son?
I have a hilarious meme to show you.
You got stuff to
Come
show
at me,
us?
Batman. Sorry, come at me, Superman. I got kryptonite.
Yeah, I think we need more than kryptonite for Spongo, but anyway.
Oh, man.
Oh god.
You guys ever watch
Another classic Spongo moment brought to you by It's Alright, Good Night Nurse.
RRB's gonna make a whole video collection of this one.
Oh, Spong loved the last one. He loved the last one. Nah, I won't do that again, Spong. I won't do that again.
You can't put it in, you can pull it out.
Next time you do it.
Oh man, Spong's a classic. Spong is an absolute classic.
Put it back in.
Spong in the
Oh,
city.
no.
Spong in the city. Spong in the city.
Cup of
Put
tea
it back in. I
there.
can't put it back in.
Cup of tea. Cup of tea.
So,
Sorry, Sherry, I know you're watching, and yeah, it was quite a funny night that night, and we're just reliving it. We love you very much, and we're sorry for yeah. Oh dear, this yeah, wow. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what shit just happened.
Wow. Hey?
I don't know what shit just happened. Jeez.
You and me both, and I'm meant to be running the stream, so join the club. Sugar.
Oh man.
This is funny shit tonight. This is good.
Oh god, it's so good.
It is so good. I'll agree with
I'll be back shortly, guys.
that statement.
Alright, all good.
I'll be back shortly.
Okay, Dad.
Did you just say? Did you just say okay, Dad?
Yes. Not Dad. I said Dad.
RRB.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, yeah.
What are you even building?
The Yoda's hut.
He's doing the Yoda's hut, aren't he?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yoda had a hut and couldn't find himself in it.
Pimp Daddy Yoda.
That's where I read my
the
Yoda's
power of
hut.
the Force. I
Pardon?
think I almost feel like I am conditionally. Man, get head. But in my man is always funny.
Oh, that's so good.
Shit.
RRB.
Yeah.
Where's confused? Why doesn't it just get some common sense?
Oh my god.
Oh, that's right. Hot dog stands. You just make a
You know what this
section of
is?
hot dog
Go on
stands.
here.
It's a fidget spinner. It's the boy. Fidget
Yeah.
spinner.
Oh goodness, no. I find some other pieces so I can fix this thing. I thought I had some spare corners on there.
Now Tim's swearing.
Whoa, are you almost done with the Yoda's hut already?
Yeah, I'm almost done. GG. Wait, 20 minutes.
Let's go.
So, RRB, I have one more question.
Wait, my wife.
Do you have
Yeah.
this?
My wife in here.
Yeah, I love that.
Right.
I love that
Do you
pack.
have this?
That was a. Yeah, I've got it. Yeah.
Okay.
Come on that side.
So there's only one thing you don't have that's Ninjago, and it's a fidget spinner.
Yeah, pretty much. That's it. That's literally it at this point.
Huh.
That's all I don't have.
These tile pieces
Trust me,
are
man,
actually pretty cool.
I have an addiction, so yeah.
That's why you buy them all before they go out of stock.
I buy them all as soon as they're out, pretty much. As soon as they're in the store.
So you know, like,
And
when
I get.
the Ninjago fidget spinner came out, like you had to make a $50 Lego store purchase to get it, right?
Yeah, no, I don't. I don't have a Lego store anywhere near me. Nowhere near me. It's about 800 kilometers away. My nearest Lego store.
That's what I was
supposed to do. But guess what? I walked into a Lego store. I was buying like 20 minifigure packs for the Lego Ninjago movie series. And she said, do you want this this thing? And she said,
this
it's
thing?
absolutely free here. It's absolutely free here. So I'm like, okay, I'll take it.
Here I am having to buy it.
Yeah, I was supposed to buy it, but I
Bloody-
guess you just gave it to me.
Dang.
Like, it's supposed to be like
Yeah,
a
I
$150
gotta take it off Tim's
purchase.
hands. I gotta take it off Tim's hands now.
We don't go.
Tim, hit me up this
The
week,
thing with
man.
the fidget spinner
I
looks
just got
like
a pay rise
it's
too.
like a thing.
Ah, you got
Lego
a
Train.
pay rise?
Yeah.
Did you get $2 a week pay rise?
No, $40. Yeah, I just had to clear my throat.
Yeah.
Just had to clear my throat. Oh, spong. Spong, spong, spong.
Strong in the city.
Spong in the city.
Noah. Noah, Bill. Ready. Noah.
Oh, God.
Noah.
Crikey. Crikey.
Can you imagine me in November, December when I'm doing Lego sets? It's Pimp Daddy Spongo with your latest Lego Harry Potter.
Daddy Spongo.
Sit, just go. Oh my god.
Daddy Spongo.
Smurf Spongo.
Oh.
What?
Smurf.
Bloody dinkum.
Oh, we descended into madness.
You guys haven't made Jack.
So guys, I just found this in like a random Lego bag, and I don't know what it is. I think it's
What
a
is it?
conveyor belt.
Yeah.
I recognize that. No, I recognize that. Oh my god, I recognize that. Holy crap. What's that from? Show me the sticker. Does it have a sticker on the handle?
Is it toys?
No, it's not. It's not the Toy Story one. It's a city
Oh,
one.
okay.
It's a city one. It's a city one. It's
Oh, yeah,
from,
now I remember it.
it's from one of the mining sets.
Yeah.
That's city. That's a city sticker. That one.
Well, I kind of like it. Like, one of my cousins said it should like probably be like a conveyor belt, but I'm like, what if it can be like an elevator? Like, I can probably turn this into an elevator. For some reason,
All
it
right,
doesn't
boys,
work
I'm
that
done
well.
here. Dunsky. Pretty dope.
You finished it?
Yeah, it's dope.
That info on
Tim.
ROV.
Tim, next week, man, you got to build yours.
Yeah, mate.
Build yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
That little
because I have.
though, that looks
I will
good.
do.
Yeah, I have Brickfest on the 11th of July, so good. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'll definitely expand on that for sure.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, when I saw Darkside do back to back and put some other bits and pieces, I was quite inspired to get to and do back to back.
I had to get it, man.
Make
I had to get it just because it's got Luke and Yoda and R2.
Yeah, Luke's a pretty good.
Dude, you have to for that.
There we go, and you can put Yoda on his back. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's not really that it's not nicely scaled though. I feel like Lego could have done better than that.
No, yeah, it's not nice to scale, but still pretty
Like,
cool.
they
All
kinda
right,
made a smaller
that's
Yoda.
it for me though. That's it for me though. I gotta go. I gotta get going.
I'll other stuff about the stuff and the other stuff that I want to send you.
Yeah, Tim, let me know. I want to get that sorted. Yeah. All right. I'll chat to you guys later. Yeah. Nice meeting you.
See you, mate.
Cheers, man. See ya.
Cheers.
Thanks, mate. Yeah.
Tim, you're getting laggy, mate.
Oh, cool. Just come in, mate.
Hey?
Storm coming in, mate. I'm going to go to voice only.
Yeah, just go to
I've got a
Boyzone.
big storm coming in, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. We're gonna cop it something vicious, mate.
Yeah, so just go to Boyzone. You might drop the video and it might pick up a bit.
You there,
Yeah.
Darren?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, that sounds not too bad now.
Okay, you're back and all good.
Yeah. That's here. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I feel like I should go.
I heard just as I was walking out the door. Yeah.
All good.
Yeah, no, I'm just playing around with some ideas for a mock. We were given a challenge
go, guys.
part, which is
Nice talking.
all right.
Yeah.
Bye.
Right.
Hey.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Thanks for coming, mate.
We were given
May
this
the force
part
be with you.
next night.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what the correct name of the part is, but anyway, it's a pretty interesting part.
Yeah.
And we were given it as a seed part of the challenge build, and we had to use it in the next mock comp.
Yeah.
And it's actually a lot harder part to use than me. Might look like a pretty simple part, but it doesn't go together in the ways you think it might. So it's a challenging part to use.
Yeah, that's a cool piece, Darren.
It is a cool piece, and I'd like several hundred of them. But as you can see, like if you put two together like that,
Oh.
a third one doesn't go in there and fit neatly.
No.
Like that, then you have
Oh.
so it's a weird thing the way they go together.
Yeah.
If you overlap them like that, it almost fits. So my challenge myself to build a Micropolis building using it.
Yep. Oh, that's gonna be a good idea.
So I thought I'll build a Micropolis building because then it's something I can add to something I'm going to use later.
Yeah.
So over the period of the next couple of years, I'm going to be building a whole pile of Micropolis buildings, and then I'll put the rest of the thing together. But just as I get around to finding parts, because the biggest problem with Micropolis, the way I build, is it just chews through so many tens of thousands of parts.
Ah.
So yeah, I'm sort of challenging myself to build that. So I just went down a few parts. So I can,
Yeah, that's a really cool piece. That I haven't seen that before.
I like it. It's got a stem on the bottom of it.
Yeah.
So that also makes it a little bit different to use. The pattern that's on the top is repeating the bottom. So the best way to hold it is to hold one up each way. So there's the top and the bottom at the same time. Side by side comparison.
Oh, okay, yeah. Wow.
So, you can sort of even put them together, top to bottom like that. Somehow, there's lots of ways you could use it, and it's got clips on the side, so it'll take the standard sort of like bar clips and things like that on the side, can clip into the section.
Oh yeah.
Lots of ways.
Wow.
It is a very cool part. We're very lucky. Ray Davey from Mugs, he donated a big pile of these. He made a mock this year with turn for brick benching. There's several columns turning with all the Nexo night shields displayed on them. And because you got one of these with every section of shield you got, each one of the shield pads, he had heaps of them, and he just said, take them home and see what you can build with them. So hopefully our next mock comp, which is this month coming up, is going to be a rather interesting one. I think there are quite a few people having a crack at it, so that'll be good to see.
Oh, it sounds it.
And I look forward to see what everyone builds with this part. Anyone from Mugs watching, I really want to see what you do with it, because I think it's going to be a very cool part.
Yeah.
It's, if you get online, there has apparently been some building guides of what people did. Lego actually issued this part before it was actually released in sets to a number of builders as a challenge part. I think they gave them 100 each to do something with. I might be wrong on the number there, but they gave them a fair quantity of them anyway to do a challenge with. people were
okay,
making spheres out of them, all sorts of stuff.
Wow.
It is a very cool part.
No, I like the look of it. It's
Yeah, it's one.
It's got a lot of applications, I think.
I hope eventually they release it in a couple more colours.
Yeah.
But, at the moment, it is one of those parts you do need quite a few of though to really make the most of it. But it's going to be interesting to see what they do coming up with this building. So yeah, that's just what I'm playing around with at the moment.
Yeah.
Now it's a matter of getting yourself organised and actually finding the parts. But yeah. But yeah, I've got some other parts here I've been trying to use for a while, incorporating the building, so I'm going to try and incorporate them into it. And we'll see. I'll probably have to do 4 or 5 versions. So I've got a basic idea of what I want to do. It's a matter of how I finally decide what colours, etc. and what I'm going into. But like anything when it comes to mocking something like this, who cares what colour you build it in, as long as you've got the colours you want to finalise it in the parts. So mocking the colour. What have we got there? Some very cute animals.
The cat obsession.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Give me raw.
Yeah.
So there'll be a new one with the Arctic sex, isn't there?
Yeah, the saber tooth.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah, that is sweet, Douglas. That is actually quite bloody damn sweet.
Now, Craig and Rick has
What
just
colours?
said that.
What colour's the saber tooth one?
I think it's a light. I think it's close to the mountain lion, but it's a little bit lighter in tone, if I recall correctly.
So it is going to be a different colour.
I think so. I haven't got that set, so I'm pulling it out of the brain. I could be completely wrong. If someone knows, put it in the comments below, and I'll be very happy to read it out.
Yeah, because the cat is pretty much just tan.
Yeah.
You can see that there. So it'd be nice if they make the 5th one another colour, to have 5 different colours.
Yeah, I agree.
And then I reckon they should leave it there. Too many cats. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
What time is it anyway?
What time is it? It's early for me. It's only 9 o'clock over here.
Yeah, it's 11:30 here. Yeah.
Oh.
Damn it. Oh, I'm going to have to head off because I've got to go to bed and all that other crap. Bloody.
Yep.
I've got to be up at 7 in the morning.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fun day.
I do early morning wake up.
The storm's coming in.
I try not to get out of bed usually before 9.
I try not to drown. I'll put the snorkel on in a minute.
Yeah,
is it still raining heavily there?
Yeah, it's monsoon season over here, so we have been having a lot of storms and thunder and lightning and all the whole range of stuff, mate.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
all right, then. I'm going to head off. Yeah. All right.
I'll
see you next week, hopefully. Yep, not a problem.
Yeah. Now, Craig and Rick actually said, comment that part that I was just throwing before would make a cool wind turbine. Adds 3 helicopter blades, and you have a cool wind turbine. Woohoo! So yeah, it's an easy hub to make a wind turbine from. So now they just need to make the helicopter blades in white.
Okay. It's raining hard here. Really sick, good boy. Really sick. Good boy. Good boy.
It looks like Spongo's frozen, mate.
Am I moving?
Oh, right. Sorry, you weren't moving there, mate. I thought you looked extra frozen. You've gone quiet. Yes, we need it in white. If in white, that would make it very cool. So, yeah. Easy.
I need gumboots.
You need gumboots.
Yeah, there was a wind turbine that they built in Brisbane, and they used the white rotor blades on some Technic from about 10 years ago.
Right.
That was about 2007. They built a huge wind turbine to promote
Was that using panel parts, was it, or?
Yeah, panel parts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Solar energy. They were trying to promote it as like an environmental Lego build.
Anyway.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Yeah, there's some pretty cool parts that. As I said, we were just joking before. About the rotor blades. My mate James seems to find them in sets all the time, but I've got a, as we're saying about Micropolis builds, I've got a concept I want to use them for. I quite often like using things put together like this. So you just join them at the base, and they don't join properly. And I want to use that. Sorry, I just dropped them. I want to use a full circle of those to form the actual base of a building, like a more or less like a portico or a veranda type thing, I suppose is the way to describe it. And make a full circle of them, and then put the sort of column the building up in the middle, so they'll be sitting flat. So as you look down at the top, it'll be like that, and then there'll be the building coming up in the middle of it, coming up that way. And to actually hold them together, you actually feed one of the flexible tubes down through the cross section in the hole, and that will hold them all together quite well. So yeah,
there you go. That's what you talk about. Where was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, okay.
Hey, if Tim's watching, hit Tim.
Yeah. Right, that's a genuine Lego part. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to go.
Was the.
Fuck it, now I've got to go and find something on Bricklink.
Yeah, that was as far back as 2007. That helicopter. Yeah, I'll get a picture of it.
Right. Yep.
See, there's an early version of this one here, the 3 rotor one. So there's that tiny one.
Yeah.
But then the helicopter. Yeah, I'll see what I'm finding. Oh, there it is. Yeah. This one here with the other white rotor, but
right, yep.
They're different. They're totally different to the white.
Okay, cool. Yeah. All right. That's as Craig just said, a very cool technique. I'll just show you some other ways I've used those Craig. This is same deal, joining along the edge. It's the way I actually store plates, actually. But I'm going to do another building like this and fill all the edge gaps here with clear 1x1 plates to form a building, and then there'll be a hollow column in the middle, and I'm going to do exactly that in the rainbow colours. It'll just every coloured plate I can get, other than the really dark ones, all the light, vibrant ones, and I'll just mix it up in panels, and it'll be pretty cool. So yeah, I like using off-the-wall techniques. Right, in white on the Ultimate Dragon Battle. All right, cool. Obviously gives us a couple of places to source them from. So yeah, because while I want to use that technique, I wasn't necessarily dead keen on using black for that particular build at the bottom. So if I can get them in another colour, white especially, will be really handy. So thanks for pointing it out, guys. Are they coming white as well?
Yep.
I appreciate it. Now I have to go look for them. Yeah, there is some pretty clever little Lego wind turbine builds.
Yeah.
When I do my major Micropolis layout that I'm working on, I'm trying to work out a way to actually make wind turbines that turn. but without making huge columns to do it. So I'm still really nutting that one out how I'm going to do that. It's an engineering feat in its own right, but yeah, I'll get there somewhere.
Yeah, when Cherie and Adam were talking on his stream, in the Brick Box,
Yeah.
What's the show called? They're talking about the Pacific Endemol, the people that did the Big Brother, getting together. They did the American and the UK version of Experienced Lego Builders. So they were doing the call out for Lego people to do like engineering side, and like what happens in the American and the UK version is that you get a lot of the engineers that go on the show and they bring their kids along, or they've got their university friend, and so like you got the T-foles working together, building like constructive things and doing a different perspective of Lego. Then you get the university ones working together, doing the engineering side, and then you get your older AFOL with their kids in the other area. And like they got the whole Lego. If they do it in Australia, I'm guessing they will do it probably the old Big Brother set, because they got the Lego store there.
Yeah, yeah.
But if they do go to a studio, it'll either be at Channel 10 with like Roe McManus as the host and things like that, or they might even go down to Melbourne, because you've got that Discovery Centre down there.
Yeah. Maybe they should lock up a heap of AFOLs in the Big Brother house and treat it like Big Brother, but Lego style.
Yeah, that's what I thought it'd be. But see, they want that teenage part too, so they want to cash in on the like the school system they got now, because now they're training the teachers in the like the computer labs to talk about the Minecraft, the Lego Minecraft as a basic learning environment, and they're exchanging ideas of how to build in the Minecraft and like.
It was suggested myself and James should appear on it. Not that we would like to do it, but James, and for me too, it's both a financial matter to be able to move away from home for like 3 months of filming, etc. Just can't be done. And for me, health reasons would stop me from doing it. I couldn't commit to that sort of time frame for that long because of health issues. So while it would be nice, and I'm sort of, hey, I'm on a YouTube stream, but I'm not really a person. I'm behind the camera, not in front of it. I do this because I love having fun with my mates. TV so much, if you know what I mean.
Bloody hell, that was a freaking downpour in a few bloody minutes.
Gee, that was quick.
Monsoon, mate, eh? It's one of those things, isn't it? Oh, well, hey, look at it this way, mate. It'll settle the pollution a bit and you'll be a bit happier for a few more days. Yeah?
Hey, mate?
I said, look at it this way. It'll settle the pollution down a little bit more, and so you'll be a lot healthier and happier for a few more days.
Oh, absolutely. Thank bloody goodness.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here looking at this part that I've been playing with here, you know, and I'm looking at it and I'm going like, man, I wish I had a couple hundred of them right now. I'm just looking at it and I'm going like, man, this is just such an easy peasy sort of like throw together build. I'll just put something together and I'll show you in a second. But I'm just like sort of, right now I'm just going, So, oops. Yeah, keep going on just while I'm just struggling.
Now, I've been working while it's been downpouring. Let's see if I can turn the camera on just quickly to show you what I've got up to. And here we go. So we got the shape of the envelopes.
Yep.
And the front, I think I've got the front okay.
Cool.
And then that side's the same. And then I'm thinking of offsetting two of these doors and putting both stickers on, and then putting a trans clear tile up to the top here to make it flush with the top of the actual the other hinge.
No, mate. Fill it in with lights. More lights. More lights.
More lights.
More lights. Never have enough lights on things like that.
Yeah, the lights are actually currently here. I haven't put that piece on yet.
Yeah.
I like the old 2006 ambulance that had the back grill for like when the passenger comes on the cart, it's got a little lip for the trolley to get into the back of the car. So you might want to do that little aspect of having a little lip at the back to give extra. Like in most, like the American style, how it has the curved edges of the curved ambulance. Yeah.
I know what you mean, Spongo. Yeah.
Yeah, it's sort of like the same as this Lego Friends camper.
Yep.
It's got the curved back there. See.
Yeah, exactly, mate.
Well, the front, yeah. That's your typical. I remember when we first got the ambulances and we did this design on the front with all of the indicators and everything. That was the pinnacle of our existence as AFOLs finally getting a car where we could do indicators and left and right. And that was just the amazing part of it. Everything going to a larger size.
Yeah, it did. When I always thought the 4 wide was a bit limiting.
Yeah.
And of course, if you go, you can't really go to 8 wide in the city scale because it's been overdone. I mean, we have seen 8 wide models come out. Fine. I mean, I look at the things like the fairground mixer. The truck's just way too big for the scale of the fairground mixer. So, in my opinion. But that being said, to each their own. But I think 6 wide in the city scale works a lot better than 4 wide did, because especially when you put it up against something like a train, 4 wide, the trains are just massive against the 4 wide stud trucks, as an example. And it sort of, it just works a little bit better in respects.
Yeah. I like the wider scale vehicles anyway. All my vehicles in the city are going to, bar maybe the Speed Champions and a few others, but most of mine will be converted so you'll have 2 Lego figures can sit side by side. If it's a 2-person vehicle, if it's a crew cab, so you have 4 people in the vehicle. I don't like the sort of Lego scale where you've got one single seat and then it just looks so stupid.
Yeah. All my fire trucks that I've designed, etc., those sort of vehicles actually do use side-by-side seating. And the way I do it is using a jumper plate to offset it by half a stud.
Yeah.
And get it to work quite well. Now, I'm just trying together something here. As I said, I'd like to have a whole pile of these. This is probably the wrong spacing, but I've just used it. But that would make a very quick Micropolis build just doing that.
Wow.
Okay, just doing that. And then what you do is fill this gap in the middle here between the studs.
Yeah.
With another column, like just make it into a full column using technic parts, whatever. And then basically represent the elevator shaft up the middle.
That's awesome.
So, very quick, easy build that way. I'm going to have another quick play at it and drop it so they're not quite as big apart. But yeah, it's one of those things. Just sit here and throw parts together and see what happens. And now that I've done it, I thought, okay, halve the height, and maybe it'll work a bit differently. But yeah, we'll see. Give me a few minutes and we'll have another update. God, I've got parts of left, right, and centre. I will be doing a Lego firewalk after the show.
Yeah, I like it when you do so much Lego in one night, you think, oh, stuff it, I'll just stay in my bed and not go and walk on the floor.
Yeah, it's been a hard Lego night when there's all Lego everywhere. I've actually for a long time been thinking, anyone that's familiar with the trade of a jeweler uses an apron so that actually goes around their neck and then clips to the table, so that any filings that they've got when they've been working on jewellery gets caught, so you're not throwing away gold. Well, I've quite often thought maybe I should use that type of technique when I'm building Lego, because seriously, I drop so much stuff on the floor when I'm building in a serious mode. It's just like, it'd be nice to have it stay in front of me.
Yeah, I like polo shirts with a little pocket, where you get polo shirts with two pockets. And I used to get these shirts with other pockets in the sleeves here. And then when cargo pants came in, I thought, oh, more spaces for Lego when I'm building.
You went into cargo pants, Bongo, did you?
Yeah.
That would have been a good sight to see, mate.
Did you ever get into happy pants, mate?
You usually get about 8 pockets in those new style cargo pants.
Yeah.
Till the bottom, till the side, till the back, and then underneath the one till the back, you got another 2 pockets.
I never really got into the cargo pants, but I must admit at one stage I bought a set of cargo pants so you could zip the legs off and turn them into cargo shorts.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
The whole point was you had a big pocket that you could just jam the legs into when you unzip them. So it actually made the cargo pant pockets actually quite practical. Because you just zip the legs off and stick them in the pockets.
Oh, fair dinkum.
Yeah, it was actually quite handy. So, yeah.
Dude, wow.
Yeah, I'm just working on it again. I'll show you in a minute. But this is actually working better now. I've downscaled it. So, sometimes it's just a matter of you chuck something together and then have another rethink about it. So, what was the line from the A-Team? Love it when a plan comes together. Are we the B team or?
Oh, mate. How the pluck am I going to do that? How the pluck am I going to do that? Ooh, it's nasty. How did that get like that? Ooh. You leave the place for a week and you got things growing on your bloody Lego. Ooh. Who would have thought? You leave the place for a week and you got things growing on your Lego. I didn't ask it to. I didn't ask it to take up residence and make a spider web in my box.
I was saying today we were taking apart Bendy, the Bendigo Dragon. We had it Bendigo bricks, and of course, for a big display model, it wasn't a matter of the fact that it wouldn't stand up by itself; it would. But because it was a big display model going in public, it had to have a steel frame in it for insurance purposes, and it also had to have a few parts glued. As I said, it would stand up by itself, but for for that public liability thing, it had to be put together this way. And of course, we're pulling apart things and we're coming apart across glued parts. And I'm not going to explain exactly why or how this works, but if anyone's watched shows like CSI, those are the things. When the glued parts come in, something will that show up under UV light?
Oh, Darren.
I won't say no more. You either twig or you don't, or we just leave it at that.
Oh, dude.
Go watch CSI if you don't know what I'm talking about. UV light's pretty interesting.
Yeah, indeed.
But
maybe that will work. Hang on. Maybe that will work definitely.
For those of you who know me well in this scene, you know that I use a lot of UV parts. I don't have UV light on here.
Yes, that looks better.
Normally one here nearby, but I think someone's confiscated it.
Oh, that's not even the right one. Cheese you. That's the right one. That's what I'm looking for. You're so stronger. You connected the wrong one to the other thing. Tip sheet.
How can I get hold of a couple of hundred of these parts before in a fortnight? Damn.
Hey, what?
How can I get hold of my hands on a couple of hundred of these parts in a fortnight? Not
Me. Me, the enabler.
Yeah, right. That package still hasn't turned up, mate.
Well, my woman said it's still in Australia.
Yeah, I know. You'll have to send me a tracking number. I
don't know what the hell's going on, but she said it was it's definitely in Australia, and she doesn't know anything other than that. Because before I went away on the teaching conference, I checked in with her again, and she said no, it's definitely in Australia. I said, well, I might have to soon it.
Customs are falling in love with my parts, and that's all I can say.
They must have it, mate.
Yeah.
They must have it because yeah, she can't work out how come it hasn't arrived.
So someone else has had a similar issue with customs in Australia just recently too, and but you know it's been over 12 weeks now. It's going to be a bit much. Maybe they're having trouble finding parts to replace them. I had that issue with them once before, and I said, "Look, I don't care about if you've had to take parts away and test them. I don't care if I'm missing a few parts. I'm not that fussed with the part count. Just send me my bits. I need them." And I got them a couple of days later, express post. So yeah. It was just a matter of going, "Boy, I need these for a major Lego display." You know, it's like I'm not waiting for you to replace a few parts because that's what happened. They tested them and they said, "Well, we better replace what we tested." And, it's because very nasty people decide to try and import drugs on sprayed onto things and things like that, and they have to test it to make sure it's not an issue. So,
yeah.
and of course, it doesn't help when people, I'm not saying you, but it doesn't help when other people send you bags of like 100 trans one by one clear parts in one bag. You know, when that gets sent in through customs, they must look at it and go, when it shows up on the x-rays.
Yeah.
Yeah, could you imagine cop that on an x-ray and just go like, we got a bag of crystal meth or cocaine or...
Yeah, well, that's it. That's what they think anyway. That's their first reaction. Oh, it's definitely drugs. Look at it. Look at it. Let's test it.
I can't blame them for thinking that, you know. It's sort of like, you know, man, just send me like a 2 kilo bag of it. Don't send me it all bagged up in like a bag. Well. So yeah, I've just had another little play with that, and this is getting a bit more closer to the micro scale or micropolis scale I'd rather use. There we go. What do you think of that, Timmy?
Oh, nice. I like that.
Yeah. So that then connects them up at the right height.
Darren, that is bloody awesome for a microp building.
Yeah, I think it'll work quite well.
Bloody hell, that's cool.
So yeah, now I know how I will finish the top of that.
Yeah.
But yeah. So if I had a couple of hundred of those, that's the technique I'd be using. However, I don't have a couple of hundred of them. I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. Yeah. So it might be a quick look on Bricklink and see if anyone in Australia's got them and can get them in the week. I'd need, honestly, to do it justice, I would probably need about, the building I've got in mind, I'd need about 50 of them. So, yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting part. I like it. Can't wait to do a bit more. I wish it was available in white right now, because I really like building white buildings. That said, that's still working in the grey. I mean, grey just looks like concrete. I try not to build concrete looking buildings in my couple of setups if I can avoid it. Okay, try and avoid them. Now, I got a really, really cool part today that I've been looking forward to for a while. My friend James the Enabler. This is, I said earlier that there were some parts that came my way and you just go, no, whatever, I'm going to work it out somewhere along the line. I'll stick it on something else so you see. So my hands on him, you know. Look at this one. What do you think of that part?
Hang on. Hang on. Yep. What the hell? Hang on. Let me put that. Hang on. Let me put that on. Wow.
Yeah,
What the hell? That's awesome.
Tree stump.
That's a tree stump. I've never seen that.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
That is awesome, Darren.
So I was quite glad. I've been trying to get one for a while, and everywhere I've found them on Bricklink, there's only been a couple available. And it's sort of like there's been nothing else in the stores I've wanted, so I just keep putting them off. And James just happened to be going through a box of them. I remembered I had a few of them a while back. I ordered them, and I was going to put them in my store, and I just found one. There you go. That's what I mean about mates looking after each other. You know, he knew I'd been looking for one for ages. Stumbled across it, and he's gone, while I wanted, he said, I know I've got a couple more, so I'm going to go there's one so you can get your mock underway. So now I've at least got one. I can then use that to get my spacing right when I put the others later on. So it just allows me to get the spacing, the sizing right. It's very hard to sort of, I know how many spaces it's meant to take up, but it does actually have an irregular shaped base. So once you sort of know what shape it takes up, then I can work them together because I want them to fit pretty close together. I want sort of three fairly close together.
Yeah.
But this is actually going to form part of one of my land speed record builds I've been talking about before. The shed that's falling down, sort of build with the dude that builds his hot rods from next to nothing, for next to nothing, and loves to go fast on a real tight budget. This will be in his yard with engines laying all around the tree stumps and things like that. So it'll work. So yeah, it's just part I wanted for that. So cool.
Yeah.
Love it when you get a part and just know we should go again. You know, it's sort of like it's not that build really not really come to a standstill, but this just enables me now to take it to another level. You know what I mean? I can now plan a bit further into it. Yeah, one of those things. Yeah, I've just found another one. See, I was sitting looking around me now. I need something to see if that fits in that. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It fits in the bottom of it. No, it doesn't. Interesting. That is a very weird car.
And it's quite unique, that.
It is. I can't remember where it came from. I think it might have been the Scooby-Doo set. You got any idea what part that came in Spongo at all?
There was a pirate set in Scooby-Doo, and also they used it in like the junior sets.
Right.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, it's a very cool part.
That makes sense. Spong, if it was in the junior set, mate.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Because you got that bear set. You got the bear set and the honey.
Yeah.
What's that, honey? Because you got those curve things. So you got the bear, the hiding tree stump. Yeah, the beehive. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay, that's coming. That one that's just
and like the off-road Jeep set.
Cool. All right, now I know what sets I've got to go and hit up and find some more of them. Cool, mate. Cheers. Thank you. I was wondering what it's coming. That's all right. Some more. That's where James got it because he bought he wanted the beehive, so he's bought that bear set for the beehives. Yeah. All right. I know where to go and find a few more now. Cool. But I like it. It's a cool part, and I can see it's going to also feature in our theme park somewhere along the line. I've actually used this part. It's been available in LDD for a while, for quite a while. I can't remember what it was originally made available, but I've used it in an adventure playground I designed in LDD quite a while back, and it made a really cool part in the adventure playground. It sort of gave it quite a gimmicky in it sort of thing. Pretty cool. So,
yeah.
Princess Abadala doesn't fit in it. That's so. But yeah, you can hide him. You can quite easily. So,
Oh, nice.
I had a bit of a score the other day. I went and picked up some second-hand Lego, and I know you're not a huge Star Wars fan, Tim, but you know which one this is.
No, I am a huge Star Wars fan, but I don't collect it.
You don't collect it. So you're familiar with the Princess Amidala?
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Nice.
I picked her up with a Gungan sub, so.
Oh,
yeah.
That's not bad. Yeah. Cool.
That's, it's in. And
I am a huge Star Wars fan. I just don't build it in Lego because I partake in a tabletop game which that gives me enough excitement to not need to build spaceships in Lego.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, so I happened to pick it up as a pristine set. And I don't say what I paid for it. I paid.
Yeah.
But I wanted the sub because the sub's got some pretty good parts in it, and I didn't want the minifigs, so I will sell the minifigs basically and sort of get a little bit of my money back. But yeah, that particular figure brings like $74 or something on Bricklink. Second hand. It's, I was a bit surprised, but that's what it brings apparently. So I'm not chasing that much for it. As we all know, I'm not a flipper.
Oh, dang, I don't have one. Yeah.
And I had another little score today through another one of my bald friends. Sounds funny, doesn't it? You say your bald friend. He's got plenty of hair on his head. As everyone will know that knows me, I'm a huge Octane fan. And
yeah. Oh, hello, Octane.
Got this particular truck with the racing car in it and 3 green minifigs.
Dude, that's sweet.
At this point in time, I did not have any of the green minifigs. So I now have some to put in my old girl's garage.
Yep.
I'm a bit disappointed that this is a stickered set. I basically bought it for the minifigs, so I will be probably moving the truck on to someone else because I'm not really happy with it's all stickered. I wish they had it. But hey, that being said, whoever did put the stickers on did a half decent job on most of it, but some of them did a shocking job on. Sad, but that's about it. Yeah, it's not everyone's as fastidious as we are when it comes to putting stickers on. So, yeah, I'm quite happy with that. It was not a bad score for $20. I was quite happy. That's it's in good nick, and it's there's a lot of parts in there that if I don't happen to sell the truck, there's some parts that'll pretty much make it to the they're going up. Pack together friends sort of thing, but it has got some cool parts in it, so I'm pretty glad. I'm very wrapped in the green figs. They're in very good nick. It was worth it for me just for that. Yeah, it gives me a couple more to stick in my trophy cabinet. So, that helps bring that project along a bit more. Now I just need about 50,000 2x1 white plates. Pull it off. So that's the way it goes. Yeah, pity it's stupid, but the 3 pigs are very good. So. Just helps add to my variety of Octane figures, so yeah. Damn. Oh well. Damn you stickers, damn you stickers. But yeah, not a bad score. I'll get my money back on most of it. Yeah, they didn't do a bad job putting the stick on the front of the race car. That'll be done right. But yeah, it's got some cool parts in it, and if I was just using it as a parts kit, it's actually got more than $20 worth of value in it, the parts kit, so I'm happy with my purchase. And seller was happy with the price he got, so yeah, everyone's happy. Yeah. I know that particular kit on Brickland brings a lot more than that, so and, who knows what the quality is going to be like when it turns up. See it that way. So, yeah, so I picked up some interesting parts today. It is still today just, maybe by a few seconds. Yeah, and I was had a good trip away.
Đây mau à. Để đây mau à. Đây bên mau à. Hola, chotai.
It sounds funny, dude, when you're talking to your dog in Chinese.
Sorry, my dog speaks Chinese and English.
It's just funny. It's like we were saying today about like I've worked for a lot of migrants over the years, and
Yeah.
it's interesting when you work with people, and like as you've just done then with your dog, you've told him in Chinese. I mean,
Yeah.
I worked for one guy whose dog understood about 6 different languages.
Oh, really?
You could tell it off in 6 different languages, and you go and carry in the corner. It didn't matter what the tone of your voice was. You just said the words. You could say it, or say it calmly. You just knew the words, and it went off and
Oh, mate.
It's very funny.
It is. It is. No, it's good. He can understand English and Chinese, which helps.
Yeah, so
especially when the missus gets the shits with him and she starts swearing in Chinese, and at first he just looked at me and say, what the hell's she talking about? Dad's Australian. And then I said, yeah, but we speak Chinese as well over here.
Yeah.
So we had to teach him what she's trying to say, saying Chode means sit down in Chinese.
Yeah.
So she was trying to tell him to sit down, and he just looked at me and was just like, Dad's never spoken like that to me. He says sit down, not Chode. So I said to her, no, you better talk to the dog in English and Chinese, and he might have an idea what we're trying to tell him to do.
Yeah, and you eventually, a smart dog to pick it up.
Hey, mate?
They're very intelligent animals, dogs.
Yeah, dogs are.
Like cats are too, because they make everyone run around after them. They're very intelligent.
Yeah, they make you chase after them. They're going to be a pain in the ass, mate. You're their master, not you're the master. It's a pain.
So
Yeah, buggers bloody cats. Not a cat person, unfortunately.
You either are or you aren't. I don't think there's a middle ground with cats. I like cats. I got no problems with them. My issue with cats is when people don't keep them inside and let them go wild.
And they let them kill wildlife. That's my problem with them, because I used to get paid to kill bloody cats.
Yeah, and it's not hard to be a responsible cat owner. It's just a matter of actually wanting to. And
then the what's it called? The animal liberation lot go, oh no, cats, they got to roam. They got to be free. No, they don't. You want to be free? You build a bloody cat run enclosure, and then they can run free, and then the animals don't get attacked by them. You drongo.
Yeah, and look, a well-built cat enclosure, a cat will love it and appreciate it.
Yeah.
I've built many of them. I've done a lot of landscape gardening over the years, and quite often part of the design of a good landscape would be actually including a very good cat run. And we actually did one of, it's a bit of a weird one, this one. I shouldn't say weird, but it's funny, just juxtaposition. He was a wildlife carer rescuing like the wires, rehabilitating animals.
Yeah.
And she used to breed. And so the two should never really mix. And we ended up building a cattery in about probably near enough 20 metres by 30 metres, fully enclosed the backyard for a cat run. And it had not just the cat run as such, like enclosed like that, but then there was, from that area, there was also tunnels that led back to the house, and the cats loved the tunnels. They thought it was the greatest thing out. You know, made them squeeze through some spaces and stuff like that. They thought it was great. And, you know, you could have taken the cats out of their cat run, they would have just looked at them like, we want to go back in there. You know? So that was their domain, they liked it. So, yeah. Keep home, people.
Yeah.
Don't run wild. At all.
The police car on that. Oh, you keep it in a cage. It's cruel. It's like keeping zoo animals. You can't do it. Oh, shut up.
Look, Elizabeth.
Tell that to the poor bandicoots. Tell it to the bandicoots and the and the bloody you know, bandicoots and wallaroos and everything that get hammered by cats.
Yeah, exactly.
Bloody
my
idiots.
Elizabeth had a cat for many years. She's a bird watcher. She had a cat for many years. She had a cattery at the back, and when the cat died, we took it down. So, you know, we had a cat cage at the back. Well, it was not a cat cage, but it was a fairly big run for it to go out into. It had its own little cat club. You could get in there of the house when it wanted and sit in its cat cage. And when I mean cat cage, it was like, you know, 10 feet by 10 feet by like 15 feet high with ladders all through it. Yeah. So I've just had a bit more of a rework on that. So that's how we'd go now with
hello.
Bottom layer for the foyer. So yeah, I'm going to have to go and have a look on Bricklink. But I just used a Technic axle joiner in the middle to make the rest of the elevator shaft.
Yeah.
And I'm quite happy with the way that's come up. It's
nice.
Quite nice. So.
Yeah, I just went to Bricklink to have a look, see where that tree stump was. That was from the 1990 Cowboys and Indians sets.
It was the first time it came up, was it?
Yeah, the tree stump that they build with the new versions is brick built. So it uses 1x1 and the curved eyelets to make a tree stump now. So everything's now is brick built tree stump. So yeah, you won't get a large piece like that.
Right. Okay.
That's a rare. So on the brick, $100 in America to sell to Australians. Over there they got heaps of those.
And that was the thing. I kept finding them in America too, and I can't get parts out of America easy. It's very hard to get parts out of America. They either won't accept your money, or they won't ship it. And I tried. I had one guy who would actually ship to me, but he wouldn't accept my currency.
Yep.
And I had another guy who would actually accept my currency and would ship to me. And they actually lived, I'm not kidding you, less than 1 mile apart from each other in the same town. Right? They actually know each other.
Yeah.
Right? And they wouldn't go and take the parts to each other, so one guy could accept the money and one guy would actually ship it. What do you do? I mean, yeah, that's the case where, and like I was looking at buying probably about nearly $600 US between the two of these guys. That's a sizable sum between the two of them to basically want to cooperate and make it happen. I can understand why they don't want to do it. There is an issue. The cost of shipping out of the US is crazy. Absolutely stupid money. And I went to spend my money elsewhere. You know, I got the same parts from somewhere else, and I actually got to end up getting them cheaper anyway, so it's probably a good thing. But, again, shipping can throw you out of some countries. It's where Bristol really falls down. And what gets me is now you're getting things like, what is it, Amazon have done this thing now where you can just pay a set rate and you get, you know, everything delivered for that one price.
Yep.
Why can't Bricklink work out something the same? You know, surely with all the shipping from all over the world, they could work out, you know, you pay a flat rate no matter where it comes from the world. You know, maybe not a one payment for the year for as many items as you can get, but just a universal flat price. You know, if you've got 2 kilos, it's $20 no matter where it's coming from. you know, and then average it over everybody. It's just surely they've got to be able to do it. Because the amount of money being traded on bricklink every day is insane. You know?
Yeah, it was only till I realised about 2014 and 2015 I was sending Lego to America, and so I didn't do the tracking and I didn't do the like the insurance. I thought it's only Lego. Why do I have to put insurance on?
Oh yeah, and then when it goes missing,
Yeah, but yeah, so with the Bricklink and everything, they like to have the insurance, they like to have the tracking, and they like to
I've
watch
got no
it.
problem with paying for that.
Yeah, they sit there and watch and see it going. But as you saw with Cherie, she was seeing a package. The tracking information was all wrong.
Yeah.
Like the package said it went to Melbourne because there's a suburb in Melbourne which is the same street, the same sort of suburb. So then they didn't send it. They didn't send it to Queensland. It went to Melbourne, and then so it sat in a place in Melbourne for a while, and then suddenly she asked them, "Why is it sitting in a place in Melbourne?" And then Australia Post went into it, and so then they brought it up to Queensland, and then it was sitting in another office in Queensland, and then so whole year has turned the page, and then Cherie finally got that Lego after all that thing of having an American do the tracking.
Yeah.
They were literally going to close the Bricklink deal down, and then Cherie would have been the one getting the fine. So then, with problems with the Bricklink from America, is that they're so strict and the tracking has to be perfect.
Yeah.
That when it goes to Australia, that logic of tracking is just totally lost. So it doesn't make any sense for it to go to properly go to Queensland and get sent to Melbourne instead. Because when it comes to Australia, it usually comes through Sydney first. So all international traffic goes Sydney, then whatever Australia Post does, accidentally send the Queensland thing to Melbourne. And so the tracking information is not the proper tracking information for a proper Bricklink order from America to get those issues.
Yeah, makes it very difficult. We've encountered it many times. I've had over the time I've been back into Lego, I've had a lot of Lego. Because of the way I use parts, it's very hard for me to buy sets and break them down and make it economical enough. So I do buy a lot of my stuff off of Bricklink, and I have been very lucky that not many items have gone missing. I must admit I've had a couple. I've had a lot of orders held up and taken a long time to get to me. But on the whole, touchdown wood wherever I can. Not much has actually gone missing, and when it has, PayPal has covered it. So yes, if you're going to buy off a Bricklink, make sure you pay your PayPal fees, or make sure that's included, and at least if it goes missing, covered. So I've just had a bit of a look at this.
Hey, look at this. We're going past midnight. We're going past midnight again.
Yeah, we're going past.
Have to do.
So I've just had a bit of a tweak on this building. It'll end up being a lot taller than this if I do it this way, but that's the way I'll finish the top off. Go. You see that, Tim?
Oh, hello.
So I've just used that to finish the top off for this particular type.
Wow.
So, that part is a panel with a T section in it. And I just back to back them. So yeah, it's a cool little part, that one. I quite like it. It's used as a footrest in a lot of the Friends builds. But yeah, it's a part you can use. So yeah. But I'm just looking at this. If that was about 4 times that height, it would be rather impressive. So,
yeah, nice.
Yeah. So, I'll build it out with the few that I've got, just so I can get more of an idea of what it's going to really look like. But
yeah,
I'm quite happy with the way that's coming up. So yeah. Again, just something to messing around with while we're talking. And
yeah.
is anyone still in the chat? Or got bored with us and gone home? I said, is anyone still in the chat, or have they all got bored with us and gone home?
My dog's he's right. My dog is smarter. He's being a smarty pants.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, actually, Douglas is right. That Nexo piece we use an AT put sooner or later. I think it actually really suits it, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if it might have actually been originally designed for that use.
Yeah.
And then got tweaked over to the Nexo 9. So would not surprise me if the piece was originally designed as an AT put.
Yeah, I noticed when the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles first had that piece that was in the AT-AT, and like it came in the sandy green color in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle set. I thought, well, if it's exclusive for that one, and then it goes to Star Wars, like in the olden days when they first did the Toy Story series, and all the parts were exclusive for the toy. The Toy Story and Disney. So that Disney owned that, and so Disney had the exclusive right to say, okay, you can use that in a set now. So then all those junior sets suddenly, all of those parts we wanted were in the junior set. So you didn't have to buy $100 set to get that part, that one part to get that Disney part. So then with the junior sets being $10, $15, $20. You get that part a lot more and a lot easier.
But it's interesting that we were when we were running over to Big W the other day to put away the roller coasters. As you quite often do, you're an adult standing in the toy department in the Lego section, and someone comes along trying to buy something for their kids, and you can see they're scratching their head. What do I buy? So they see you standing there in your Brick Benson shirt, because that's what we're having to go to buy Lego, isn't it? Or some sort of AFOL shirt. And you say, look, you just give them a little bit of practical advice. Like, what's the age of the kid? Yeah, what do they like building? Okay, here's where you go. And I think the people at Big W love us because we give them quite a bit of sales. But yeah, we were basically talking about the merits, the pros and cons of the juniors builds. And one thing that a lot of people don't realise about the juniors builds is while there's some bigger pieces in it, all the pieces are printed and not stickers. So that a good part to printed parts as we think about.
I like when Big W with just blue shirts. I'm a blue shirt sort of guy, and I'd be in the Big W Lego department, and someone would say, "Hey, is this good for a kid?" And I'm going, "You talking to me?" I'm going, "Oh, it's the blue shirt. I think I work here."
Yeah.
It's so funny. I'm going, "What? People are talking to me in the Lego section."
Hey, that's what it's all about. Right? So, as I said, people do come up and go, oh, you're looking at Lego, you must know something about it. Well, yeah, we know a little bit about it. We spend money on it. I think we know something about it. Yeah.
That's like because I do these YouTube videos, go in the Lego section, and some of the kids go, "Oh, it's that YouTube guy."
It's the YouTube guy. Okay, just know it's the YouTube guy.
In your own hometown and get recognised.
Yeah, fair enough. So.
One time there, at one of the stores in the city, there was a guy who's an exclusive fan fiction costume cosplayer, and he
Yeah.
did a lot of cosplays. And so then you've got all his friends coming in from his cosplay group, and then then there's me from the Lego group who knew all of his websites, and I'm thinking, here we are. We've been online for 10 years, and I'm buying Lego off of a professional cosplay artist. And it's just so bizarre that, normally you wouldn't know the person behind the counter.
Yeah.
And you know the person behind the counter's whole history of being online.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting how the community works at times, isn't it? And that's another thing too. Cosplay and Lego almost go hand in hand. I mean, the cosplay community always backs us for shows and in a very good way. So it's pretty awesome.
That's like with the computer game conventions that they do, and the cosplay and the Lego conventions.
Yeah.
They're sort of all combined now. And so people always ask me, "Oh, did you see that new Han Solo figure that was at the cosplay convention?" I'm going, "I'm not going to no cosplay convention."
Good on you, Spawn.
I'm just playing.
I'm trying to do this bloody door.
Doing your editing. Doing your editing, obviously, Tim.
Oh, shit.
Right.
Now I have to do the bloody sticker.
Oh, bugger.
Bugger.
Yeah. What is it? What is it when you get a good idea and then you wind up 2 parts short?
Yeah.
Oh well, I'll be able to show you. I'll be able to show you one side of it.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if our Lego shows were like a cosplay convention? You get an overseas Lego enthusiast coming into Australia, and you're paying $500 ticket to see that person, and it's $100 a signature from your Lego cosplayer.
Oh, good one, Paul.
I was talking about see in America, it's like $20 to get a signature and $100 to meet an American YouTuber. But to fly an American or UK YouTuber over to Australia to see them is $500 and get the signature for $100. And like not many Australian parents would have that money to
So there we go. That's what I've done.
yeah, that's good. Yes.
What do you think, Tim?
Oh, hello.
So, I'm onto something there, I think. It's a bit different to what I initially envisaged, but it's worked. So I think I might actually stick with this design. I had something slightly different in mind to use the part. However, the way I was intending to use the part initially for this particular challenge, you wouldn't have actually seen the part. The part would have been hidden inside the build. So I'm glad I've done it this way. Now you can actually see the part. It's quite cool. It's got a good texture.
You can see the elevator shaft now.
Yeah, and not only that, the part itself has a very good texture. It has a textured edge on it, which comes up quite good. I'm quite impressed with the way this little build's come up. So I think that's what I'm going to stick with, and see if I can get a few more. Build it a little bit bigger, and maybe build a couple. I might build 3 towers of varying heights in the nest together, and yeah, take it from there. And then build a bit of a nice landscape micropolis block underneath it. So yeah, so new micropolis build coming up. There you go. Quite happy with that. And even though it's in grey, it's a colour I don't really use. That being the lighter grey, it's actually not that bad. If it was a dark blue grey, it'd be too much because I use a lot of dark blue grey in my Necropolis builds for rock walls, so it would be competing against it. Wouldn't stand out against it, so yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I think I'll put an aerial on the roof as a bit of a crowning thing, and yeah, happy with that. Well, I think we better wrap it up, Tim.
Yeah, mate. We can do that. I've just got to fix the dog.
Those cold Antarctic winds are even coming up to Queensland. I know it's when it gets real cold.
Dog.
When we started doing these Lego streams, and it was getting down to 4 degrees, I'm going, oh, it's too cold to go on anymore.
Okie doke.
I can understand that.
That'll be right.
I know 4 degrees in Queensland is pretty horrific. When
there's actually been a lot of posts getting around Facebook. Like you've had that bit of a cold snap up there, haven't you? There's been ice cream hanging off of fences and all sorts of stuff.
Yep. We only get 10 days of winter up here, so we don't really know what the cold is until it really happens.
10 days of winter. I think we got about 5 last. I think we got, what was it? We got about 5 proper days of winter, and then it thought it wanted to have summer early, and it was stinking hot. Then it dropped back to bloody winter again. Then it became stinking hot again. And then all of a sudden, there was no more cold. It was gone.
Fair enough.
Out of it. Come here. You naughty boy. Jeff.
How do you say you naughty boy in Chinese?
You say.
係咩事啊？公係風手啊！黐線啦！
How do you say pimp daddy?
Was that Adam, you smartass?
How do you...
仆街你好嘛？ Anyway, we'll wrap it up, and thank you for coming on. Thank you for RRB. Thank you for Building Brick Studios. Thank you from everyone that's joined us. Dugas McBricken was also in the chat and in the live room. Thank you to all, and we will keep on building. Like, subscribe, and comment, and we'll see you next week if we are ready, able, and available to build more Lego. Bye for now from HK. 谢谢你，爸爸是吗？我喝了4把1嘛。